What is up, buds? Welcome to Weed&d, the pot positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your dungeon master for the night, Brandon Allen McClenahan, but my buds call me Bam. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight, guys. We were just talking about it before we got into this, man. This is such a great joy for us every single week as things get closer to us all being together and shit. God, I love it so much. Honestly, it's just a constant beacon of joy in my life. And thank you guys for doing everything you do to kind of help this thing grow as we go along the way. It's just a treat. These are 5 of my favorite human beings on the entire face of the planet. So it is my very great joy to play D&D with them every single week. So thank you guys so much to the Buds community who show up so passionately for us every week. We love you guys so much. Even our lurker, everybody, all you guys, everybody who just shares, helps, likes, subscribes, follows, and especially those of you who sub and tip and all that stuff. It's just, we appreciate you guys so much. Seriously, just from the bottom of my heart, this is just the greatest fucking thing ever. And I'm so pumped to be here, do it with you guys. Do it with my friends. I said it. And yeah, just get to some of that sweet fantasy. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love it very much. I honestly think if you're watching this right now, you should be playing it. If you're not playing it, I think you should find a group. And if you're looking for a group, you should go onto our Discord, because there's other green gamers in there, people that like smoking and getting into their high fantasy a little bit. Come on down to the Discord. We are jumping at the bit to get a couple games going in that Discord server. So you'll do old Bam just so happy. Big shout out to Drow007, our man, one of our more ardent new buds and passionate supporter of the show. We love you, buddy. Who won the Gus Langley Drip Drop Titty Flop comedy album last week. Congratulations, I should be getting to you here pretty soon. But holy crap, guys. I just want to play freaking some sweet D&D. We got some crazy shit happening right now, and I want to see it play out. So I'm going to do that. In order to do so, I have to pass this magical joint here through the fibers of the interwebs to my dear and wonderful friend, Brenna Folger. Hey, Brenna, how you doing, girl? It's
I'm doing awesome, Bam. Brenna Folger here, also known as Brunor the Cis Serpent, Prince Brunor the Cis Serpent, the Serpent Slayer. And my favorite color is Yinmin Blue, also known as Oregon Blue. Abby, what's your favorite color?
That's a good question. Well, Abby Dandy, I play Ten of Smooth Hands around these parts, and my favorite color is chartreuse. Like a nice, pukey green chartreuse. Yeah, give me some of that. But also maybe give me some hair, because I'm bald now, I guess. Anyway, what's your favorite color, Drew?
Oh, thanks, baby girl. What up, y'all? Drew, Thorkus the Dwarf. My favorite color is gray. That's my favorite color. So, how about yours, Jake?
Oh. Hey, thank you. I really like gray as well. That's why we're best friends. But yes, Jake Taylor here once again as Real Authorvon. My favorite color is green. Just like my lungs, just like my bud. Green's the way to go since I was a kid, except for the blood part. That came later. Anyway, super excited to play tonight. I believe in chat, HFS Bossman, sorry if I screwed up the initials beforehand, noticed my drinking horn, and I just had to share a tidbit with the buds that I told the cast forever ago. The brand of said horn is Divot. The Divot horn. I mean, come on.
What?
That's fate, right? Anyway, speaking of Divot, what's going on, Gus?
Yo, thanks, Jake. Can't get horny without my man Divot, played by Gus Two Blunts Langley. Look, if anybody's gonna be tooting horns, it ought to be me. So boop boop, motherfucker. Let's start this game.
It made it back in its full and magical glory. My favorite color is purple. You might Art Art Studios logo's purple. I use a lot of purple magic. There's just something about purple that just gets me going. Speaking of getting me going, guys, we got a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, but we like to take a lighter like this one that just says the 55. I don't get the reference. Make sure we're not going to light any of our friends, family, or household pets on fire and go. Lighters out. It's just Let's play some fucking D&D, guys.
Weed&d, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. Weed&d.
Ooh. Man, that intro gets me pumped every single time. Shout out to our man Sandy Stein, who does all of the original music that you hear in this show. Every single bit of it. The man is a titan. I love him so much. Speaking of his wonderful music, if you will please allow me to set the mood. When last we left the Ferocious Five, they stood within the shifting stone core of the Malachite Mountains and beheld a terrible sight. A massive cluster of the strange blood-leaching crystals of Queen Mab stands before them, and frozen within, the 3 remaining goblins sought by Boxxo, and with them, the unremarkable painter of prophecy, the strange child Esmerelda. At the core of the crystal mass was the light blue glowing light of Glacius, the ice blight, seemingly being born anew within the prime material plane. After Tina banished a living blight of the Feywild from the mountain itself, the ancient spirit of the mountains spoke to the 5, that they must purify the taint of the Feywild from taking further root within. The strange crystals seemed to twist magic sent in their directions, as both Tina Smoothhands and Divot had all of their hair fall out while casting upon them. They now face off against the protectors of this cluster, a pack of emerald-skinned goblins, strange transforming giant spiders, and an abomination of the ethereal plane itself, a menacing phased rider. All right, guys, we jump back in. You all stand within this massive chamber within the core of the mountain, the Malachite Mountains, named for their green stones that you see slowly undulating all around you. The rocks don't shift and transform like they did in the labyrinth of stone that led you here, but rather they just softly shimmer and move around you with the small groove of like a serpent's scale just shimmering all around. You see beams of light coming in from these strange cracks in the mountain that allow light from the top to come all the way through. It bounces off gemstones of various colors and casts a spectrum of light in all directions around you. In the north part of the room is a waterfall of pure fey magic. You've seen this liquid before in the tomb of Aunty Agatha Frogwart, and once more, this water that falls at about half the speed of normal water billows down over the frame, currently, of Divot, who stands underneath, absorbing this massive surge of fey energy. The fey spider that kind of dropped in from invisibility and above Divot to start the encounter has crawled up the northeast side of the room into this large, sprawling, electric blue web that stands stretched across 25 feet in the northeastern corner. You see it still looking down at you, having just cast the swarm, the insect plague of leeches that sucked blood from the bodies of Rial Brunor and Brian the Crocodile, those leeches then floating over and being consumed by one of the giant spiders with the emerald skin goblin riding him, which transformed its body into a giant phase spider. You see purple and blue lines of magic energy run like veins along its strange, thinly haired legs, 8 in number, 2 menacing fangs dripping poison that hang from them. But after having just seen, a more normal giant spider, this one strikes you. It's as if the magic of this corruption has changed the core of this beast in general. Riding on his back, connected where his legs would be to the abdomen of the spider, is one of these emerald green skin goblins. Their skin shimmers almost like their body is made of gemstone. And you see, the little wisp of magic that it was casting toward the crystal stops after this transformation. Both it and the giant phase spider turn over their shoulders and lock eyes with you, you, Brunor, as you're kind of standing to look up at the Drider, you look over and you see they both turn and look at you. You hear the cries of the phase Drider from the corner. The Queen! The Queen! We must protect the Queen's work! You hear her casting down. It is now just about the end of her turn, and she uses her ability to re-enter the ethereal plane. For all except for Divot, who can see invisible things, you watch as the phase Drider, just like the phase spiders that you guys fought on the roads of the Malachite Mountains, they phase in and out of the prime material plane. In a moment, she, in a shimmer of a flash of magic, disappears. You can see the rocks kind of crumbling on the walls. You know her frame is still there. She has not teleported, but she has re-entered the ethereal plane and is beyond the view of anybody who can't see something that's invisible. So yes, you see she disappears at the end of her turn, and after the blood-sucking leeches, the swarm of these leeches leech over to the spider who transforms. Now you see, rather before where they were ticking away on the crystals, they now turn and actively stare at you. You see it's kind of making a choice, Brunor, between running into the leeches to fight you or to run nearby to the unleech-covered Thoricus Onyx Heart. You see this big giant purple spider just... You see 4 legs lay down at a time and the other 4 just kind of like meander in front of them menacingly as these dripping fangs with poison coming out of them start closing in on the body of Thoricus. Thoricus, it's gonna come in at you with its bite attack. Boom. Hitting rolling a 1!
Whoa.
Shit, crit.
Can't touch this.
All right. Well, the bite of this spider, no match for the whirling blade. Oh no, you have Trusty Dusty out right now. So yeah, you see the spider comes to bite at you, Thoricus, and you just slide the bow string itself behind the teeth. Pull the bow back, let it go, and it slaps it on the face. You see it recoil in pain. And then you look and you see the emerald-skinned goblin on its back, as its massive body sets back down on the muddy, mossy-covered ground that has these purple and white veins of magic that go through it. You see the emerald-skinned goblin behind it. His eyes glow with that purple fire of Queen Mab you've seen so many times before. And as he draws his little, sharp fingers back, he looks at you and you watch magic start to gather in his hand. He shoots this ball of energy. 5 individual balls of light. Shoot. Thoricus, 2 of them hit you. You take 5 damage. Brunor, 2 of them hit you. You take 8 damage. Force damage, in case it matters. And Brian's actually going to get 1. He takes 5. So you watch as these 5 light balls, these magic missiles, gather in his hand, and he puts it out forth. Again, none of you have ever known goblins to use magic. In fact, Boxxo's own words, if you'll recall, the reason he sent you in here, he saw one of these emerald-skinned goblins casting a spell, and goblins do not cast spells. And so that's what piqued his curiosity and had him send in these 5 goblins that you now, are looking for. You see in the center of room, the crystals are still, shimmering with their light. The other 2 spiders with goblins on their back, still seemingly tending to these crystals in some way. The goblins on their backs shoot little beams of energy into the crystals themselves, which make them shake. You see the bodies of the 3 goblins within, indistinguishable from each other because you don't really know them, but, Jingle died, didn't make it out, so Jangle's in there. Bingle is probably in there. You guys got Bangle out. Bangle took Jingle's body. This is fun to say. Bangle took Jingle's body back to Boxxo. The alliteration, too. Woo! And then, again, 2 other things in the central mass of that crystal. At the very top, you see the child, Esmerelda, completely unremarkable. No face, her eyes not moving around or anything. Just standing near the very top of the center crystal, encased in this purple glowing crystal that covers, the area with the electric blue spider webs around it. You also see the dim blue light glowing in the center of the crystal mass. Now, I explained to Divot, but you all have the same experience. You've seen this exact blue light before in the center of the body of Glacius in the Feywild. So him being here is, or at least signs of him coming here are not good. So yes, you see the spider that's on the back. It took its bite, so it can't do anything else to you, Thoricus. And the goblin shot the magic missiles. Again, magic missile, it hits automatically, so there is no like saving throw or anything. You just take some little balls of force damage. And so that's going to be the end of their turn. Tina, we're going to come into you, but you kind of stand. You haven't engaged in this battle yet, Tina. You've kind of heard all of this happening as you've kind of walked around the corridor. You've seen now the phased rider, the battle with Divot. You're standing in front of this swarm of leeches that floats around in front of you. This magical effect not yet affecting you. You hear the kind of cleaner breath of the mountain, looking over your back shoulder, being reinvigorated by the sight. Your wall of those fade plants has now been transformed into this twisting vine of green and roses, where now the stone lungs breathe much more healthily. You used your banish to rid the Feywild spirit that cursed those lungs. And so, yeah, that's what you see right now, Tina. In front of you, a swirling cloud of these fat, blood-slicking leeches. The Drider disappears, over the swarm. You hear the cries of your allies within. What do?
Yeah, I look at this leech storm in front of me, and I also take notice of the new, cleaner breath of the mountain, and I latch on to that inhale and that natural energy, and I cast Spirit Guardians just to protect myself, and it's a concentration spell, and it'll last for about 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna dart through these leeches real quick.
Yeah. I do just want to make something clear to you, Tina. So that the Spirit Guardians does, it'll give you an aura of damage. The Insect Plague is a spell effect itself. You know what I mean? So it's like your AoE will still be around you, but you would be subject to the spell. That's how the area of effect spell works. I just wanted to make it clear. Spiritual Web Guardians, fantastic spell.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I just wanted
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna cast it. I know that I'm gonna take effect from it still, but I just want to move just past the the beautifully drawn square.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yes,
I'll put a
so
square tutorial on the Art Hard Studios Facebook here pretty soon, because I'm getting a lot of questions about these fantastic squares. Like, what software do you use?
You do a time lapse?
I freehand.
Ooh, yes, please. The time lapse would be lovely.
Time lapse we want.
If you could also do commentary on it, I would love your method to be explained.
I'm doing it. Even as a joke, I'm doing it.
Man.
So, Tina, because of your cool idea, I am going to give you advantage on the saving throw. I like the idea of this benevolent nature that you've brought down to this cave. As you cast the spell, you almost feel that cool breeze of the lungs kind of fill you with purpose as you move forward into this, maelstrom of blood-sucking leeches. So you do get an advantage on this saving throw. It is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And the DC on that, is 15.
Okay, cool. So let me just do. And so that's a 15.
With the advantage, freaking A,
Yeah.
that's awesome. See, there, tell a good story, and DMs will love you for it. So yes, with your advantage on that Constitution save, you do save. However, you do take half of this. Yeah, and you don't end your turn there, so you're good. It's a pretty nice one. It's 40, 10, 14, 21, 22. You take 11. I just want to make sure what kind of damage it is. 11 piercing damage.
11 piercing. Okay, yeah, so I'm going through as quickly as I can, but yeah, I still get open wounds on my skin from the leeches everywhere, and then I make it through to the other side, and then the flowers and the roses sort of fade away back to the side. And for a bonus action, I'm going to draw my spiritual weapon, the scythe. I'm going to call upon that golden natural light energy from Shantia, and I'm not in range to hit anybody with it, but I'm just going to pull it out and get ready.
Unfortunately, because you casted a leveled spell already, you can't use a bonus action spell. I did want to let you know, because you moved where you did, your Spirit Guardians, that sphere of, the rose petals and everything that goes around you, it does go into the range of the spider. So just remind me, when the spider's turn starts, it will take that damage. But unfortunately, you won't be able to cast another bonus action spell unless you casted a cantrip for your full action.
I always get confused on
Dude,
that. Thank you.
You are not alone, so I'm happy to clarify that as much as needed.
Yeah. So that's the end of my turn then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are past the leeches. You don't have to worry about them hitting you. Like you said, as you kind of forged through them, some of them bit onto your arm, and you just kind of threw them away as the rose petals just eviscerated them, and you moved forward. But yeah, your circle of flowers does cut in to where the spider is. Just so you know, they have to end their turn or start their turn there, and it will take. It has a wisdom save if it starts its turn there, or the first time it enters the area. So when its next turn starts, that just remind me that spider will take some damage.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Tina, she steps forward through that horrible display of blood-sucking leeches, stepping right up, within 10 or so, 15 feet of this giant crystalline phase spider. And Rial, you're up. What do you do?
Oh shit. All right. So leech storms. Nobody loves those. But you did mention something, and that's what made the phase spider enormous. That they were like the floating, like the leeches would just kind of pop off and float when they were blood filled.
Yes.
How many of those are like around in the current swarm?
Because the
like
one
floaters.
consumed it, I would say that there's like full leeches, because Tina did manage to pass. I would say there's probably 4 full like blood sac leeches that are kind of floating toward the crystal, similar to how the other ones did.
All right, groovy. I would like to collect those in the bag of holding in the Krampus sack, because we at least learned on our way like these crystals, like healing and blood. A bunch of our blood is in these fucking things. We just have like blood balloons. Let's have like fucking blood balloon fight.
Let's get weird, baby.
Yeah, give me a dexterity check or dexterity saving throw. You're depending on how well you do is depending on how many you will be able to catch.
All right.
It's kind of an unwieldy magic. You're not particularly great at like not pulling yourself into the bag or to the Krampus' sack on accident. So it's kind of a little strange for you to use this magic this way, but I like the idea.
Hey, cool, thank you. It's like butterfly, like jellyfishing.
Yeah, exactly, like a lepidopterist. I directed the play. One of the characters was the lepidopterist. That's why I know. Sandy Stein played the guy that does all our music. Played the lepidopterist in that play.
Hell yeah.
Sandy Stein.
Great play, man. I had a lot of fun with that.
All right, so you managed to get 2 of them, Rial. You swing at the other 2, but again, you kind of feel that weird pull, like you're about to get sucked into the bag. So you have to kind of pull away, and you miss as you try to scoop a couple of them.
That's okay. 2's pretty good. Little full boys. We got 2 of those, and while we're still kind of in the swarm, so I'm over here by Brunor and Brian, I want to like gesture to them both because I want permission. Brunor, can I borrow Brian?
Cha?
Cha.
Hell cha.
Cha.
Hell cha.
Cha plus.
And so, like, kind of between, like, speaking between Brunor and Brian at the same time, like, can you take me up there? Like, I want to see if he can bring me up to the crystal and we can start dropping some blood bombs.
So, yeah, he's got 10, 20, 30. So he would be able to get roughly here, which, because he's flying, if you want him flying at the time, he wouldn't be touching the weird electric blue spider web at the base. So that's a pretty good idea. If you want to hop on Brian, again, Brunor, a cavalier, she's born to ride. It's literally one of her abilities. Like, she could ride just about anything. But she is exceptional at riding the unwieldy beast that is Brian, the thick Dracodile. So, this is the first, trying to actually steer him. Last time you just rooted yourself to his tail. So yeah, you'll need to make me an animal handling check.
Hey, let's hope it works. I wrangled him the once, but he was our crocodile boy. Now he's our Dracodile boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Big, wiggly boy.
Good luck.
Come on.
Thank you.
Break legs without breaking your legs, please.
We got 10.
All right, Rial, you run over and you see Brian. He kind of like looks at you a little weird as you're like running up to get on his back, and he kind of like looks over at you, Brunor, like just to make sure, like, we're doing this, like, for real? Like, you want me to take, but not you?
No, I think you got this.
All right, you see him, his big King K. Rool shoulders as he pushes his massive body down into the earth. You see that the mossy ground underneath kind of sets down about an inch as he lets his big wings pop up. Rial, extremely dexterous, you slide onto the back of him. You see where Brunor usually places her feet, and you're like, that must be the best place to put them. And you realize there's no stirrup or anything. Like, it's through sheer strength and ability that she's basically like holding herself on by her ankles. And so you're kind of like holding on to his thick frame as he, flaps his wings. A couple of the blood-filled leeches that escaped your bag kind of float away at the gust of his wings. He picks you up. You jump onto his back, and he pulls you over. You guys fly right where you planned, and you see suddenly he, because it's like the end of his movement, he has to stop, and he's maintaining himself in the air. So he flaps his wings, and you have no way to catch yourself. You kind of roll down the front of his nose, and you're like, ah! You fall back, and you feel your back is stuck to the ground. You've fallen off of Brian all the way down and landed on these electric blue spider webs on the ground. You try to get up, but this web is so strong. You're like, ugh. It's like you're a fly trapped on fly paper. You're trying to pick yourself up, and you look down, and your extreme good hearing, Rial. Extreme good. That was a good one. Some clip. What a storyteller! Your exceptional hearing, Rial. In this moment, you feel your own vibrations, the sound of your body on these webs as you look down, and you watch them ripple across the many webs, echoing off the crystals which are unresponsive, but you see as the vibrations are picked up by the hairy 8 legs of the other 2 spiders on the web, the giant spiders. You see they turn and look at you, and they are now aware of you and are going to roll initiative.
Damn it. Sorry, guys. I should have taken her out for a practice spin.
No.
If I had
We
a
don't
nickel.
apologize for shit around here.
No, yeah, there's no wrong answer
There's no
here.
consequences.
Yo,
This is
BT
part of
Dubs,
storytelling.
I can only see them in initiative right now.
Oh, really?
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just me.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
Yeah,
over here.
A whole bunch of
Initiative.
speed rays.
You guys don't see your initiative order right now?
No.
Oh, weird. I see it.
roll.
Hold on, let me see if this
That's
works.
fine.
Did that work?
I mean, I'm just gonna trust you. You just
Nope.
tell us.
No, I don't see it.
Okay, well this is a roll.
There's
20.
spiders in the machine.
Let's see. I don't see like a special show to players. Okay, so I'll start letting you guys know. I apologize. I do have the order here, so we'll keep it intact. But
yeah.
I'm so
Yo,
sorry.
it's exciting like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it from you guys in the future.
Who's
Divot, you're on deck, just so you know.
what?
Divot is on deck, so he'll be after Rial. And so yes, unfortunately, Rial, great idea. I do love the. It's a shame when the dice gods take it away from you. But again, riding a flying crocodile, Dracodile, in this high stakes, invisible spiders and webs everywhere. Unfortunately, the dice saw their way to see you cast into the web below. Now again, these spiders. You guys can see them as well, right? They just look a little weird on my screen. I just want to make sure you can see the spiders on the south and the west side here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Well,
They look a
I
little
don't
funny for me.
ask.
Roll 20 is, and me are fighting right now. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I attack.
Still
I'm rolling
throw
into
the-
initiative too.
Could he still throw the blood balloons that he was planning on throwing,
Yeah.
even though he's stuck in the web?
So yeah, I would give you in this case. I'd let you know it's going to act like the spiders' webs themselves. So there would be what I would do, Rial, is you would make a DC 12 strength check just to see if you could rip your arm off enough to try to follow through with your plan.
Hey, let's hope. Let's hope.
Strength.
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 Strong.
Strong.
Come on, strength.
Strong.
Your dice have been hurting you like so far.
Hey, you know.
Yeah, come on, what'd you do?
I think you're due.
I hope so. I got a shit ass strength though.
So yeah, Rial, you.
Nope.
It's like
Oh
you're
my.
a fly
Oh,
in a spider's web,
buddy.
and you have this thing that could help you, and you're just like trying to reach for it, but you feel as like the thick blue crystalline web is just so strong that your arm, unfortunately, is stuck in the web.
Yeah. And all I got left in this turn's a move, and not doing much of that.
Have you
Yeah,
at least
so just so
sprung
you
it?
know how that works, you can be cut out of it. Somebody can
drop.
attack the web around you if they want. Has AC 10, 5 hit points. It is vulnerable to fire like webs are, and it is immune to bludgeoning, poison, and psychic damage.
Only someone could just create fire out of their hands. Man, what a solution.
So yeah, I like it. Unfortunately, you're the sticky blue. Again, this webbing much stronger. You guys have tangled with a couple giant spiders before, and this webbing, it appears to be part of that strange shift in this abomination from the ethereal plane. This phased rider, you would guess is her web, not necessarily these other spiders' web. So, yep, unfortunately, Real, you fell victim to some real crap dice rolls.
They gave us shenanigans.
Yeah.
If you really play that situation out just off of Brian, whoa! Over the web.
All right, so that was fun to do. All right, and then
Rial's
my
like
man-
our Dick Van Dyke. Rial's like just tumbling over stuff, like.
Dick Van Dyke.
Can you pull a sign out that just says "Yikes"?
Yikes!
Yikes.
Oh man, go watch the Dick Van Dyke Show too. I like D&D and DVD.
Yeah,
DBZ.
DBZ.
Dungeons and Dragons and Dick Van Dyke.
You can't let the pause be as long there. Dungeons and Dragons
Van
and Dick.
Dyke. No.
Van Dyke.
It's compelling. It's
Yeah,
provocative.
it draws
It
the
is.
audience in.
It's a cliffhanger. No, you're right.
You draw them in with the dick,
Yeah.
and then you hit them with the Van Dyke.
If we made that a shirt, it's just Dungeons and Dragons and Dick, and then a little Van Dyke underneath.
Beat.
It's our fine
Pinter,
print.
it's like a pinter pause.
Well, we have to get Dick Van Dyke now.
Yeah.
We gotta
Drive
get-
an backtrack through it.
Don't worry, guys. I'm on.
All right.
You're the man.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
Dick.
though, guys.
Oh, you mean my man Dick?
Oh man.
I got Dick.
Oh, DVD? I got him.
Yeah, good old Dick VD. There's no Dick
What
VD,
if
right?
it's Vin Diesel? It's like Dick Vin Diesel.
Well, look what you made.
Look at
What
where
did you do?
This is
What did you
entirely my
do?
fault.
Dick Van Dyke still making us laugh all these years later.
Fighting spiders.
Genius.
To Dick Van Dyke, man.
To Dick Van Dyke.
And all those
Riders up,
spiders he
Dick.
killed.
Van Dyke.
Dick it.
We never would have survived the spiders if it weren't for Dick Van Dyke.
To Dick.
Water. Hydrate.
Van Dyke.
And I gotta be real honest with you guys. Dick Van Dyke's Cockney accent is why I get so angry about people who do Cockney accents.
Oh, I gotta get him now.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna play the shale fist.
Drew beat up Dick Van Dyke. It was nuts.
Oh my god. On Cameo? Can't we just get him to say the lines through Cameo? Oh my god, wait, let's make this happen.
We can like jib jab him, can't we? You know, like just take a picture of him.
He seems like a lot of a jib jabber.
This show is completely derailed.
Yeah.
What are we doing again?
I'm glad we did this. All right, Real. So you're stuck to a spider web.
I am. I'm good. It's Divot. It's Divot, baby.
Divot, and then giant spider. You're on deck.
Noted. All right, so Divot. Okay, so the second I saw that light in the crystal, I recognized Glacius's essence. I tried to do battle with Glacius and was flicked away like a tiny fucking flea flicker thing. And that stuck with me. And I see that there's Fey magic afoot. But that Fey magic that powers them also flows where the blood used to flow in my veins. So I went straight to it, and I want to try to channel all that Fey energy somehow to put the biggest fucking whammy of a shatter I've ever put right on that big fucking blue motherfucker's dot.
Oh yeah.
He's doing it again.
All right, Divot. I dig this a lot. All right, so you're, under the waterfall, feeling this slow dripping pure fey magic drop down. You've spent some time with this magic. You know, you've dallied. You've been washed away by it in a mad fit of a mad tea party once. You've controlled it. You've captured it within a jar. You've spent a lot of time around this essence, and you notice it's mostly that it is indeed your bardic magic that attunes mostly to this wave of energy. You kind of stare within this crystal. You see the three shadows of each of the goblins, and then the ghost of the girl's body, you know, in the very top of this crystal. The blue light, the blue pale light just pulsing. You know, you remember that moment, that getting cast away by a being of such great power. You know, you fear in this moment a little bit what a beast like Glacius in the realm of men would be capable of, you know, as you watch this crystal seemingly take shape in front of you. You kind of attune to the pulsing of the blue light, and with it, the beating heartbeat of Rial's heart. You know, you take the heaviness of your journey, the weight of your responsibility toward your friend and his inevitable demise as part of your end journey, and you take all that pain and anguish and channel it into this connection to magic. And what is a bard but a master of emotional magic? You take all that pain, all that guilt, you know, how bad you felt in that moment of just being cast aside, but you are no normal man. You know, you too are a force within the world. You channel, you see the waterfall around you, all the purple energy pulled out of it, and for a sheer moment, the water itself is just a white mist. Like you've drawn the purple magic out of your surroundings. The pool around you, you know, for a couple feet, just drains of color as Divot, your bones start glowing with this purple energy. You cast this epic shatter. Okay.
Yo, and I don't even need to breathe, so I'm just like filling up with this shit.
You know, yeah, exactly. Filling your lungs with liquid, you know, pulling from this pure magic. Super dope. I'm going to let you upcast Shatter by 2 levels here, Divot. So it's going to get a boost and then some. So you can upcast it.
Snapdragon.
Snaps for Divot, y'all.
All right. So this stone, I'm going to show you guys this because this is a big moment. This stone gets +2 to this roll. The DC is 16.
Oh!
That's
All right, Divot.
unfortunate.
You know, you feel the rippling waves of sound energy behind each of your fists. You feel the vibration all the way into your spine. As you bend a type of magic you haven't really accessed, like this height of magical energy is something that you now might crave for a little while as a seeker of, you know, thrills. And you feel this pure flush of fey energy. As your fists arc through, you see these massive ripples. The ripples make connection with the crystal. You see the blue ball of light. And the crystal that's directly around it shatters. Divot, you watch as the blue pulsing orb just starts glowing super bright, and then shoots at you, blasting in front of you, and you disappear into the waterfall. All right, so the blue light in the center of this crystal is gone, but so is Divot.
Fucking cool. Later, bros.
Hold on, I gotta get a good square for you guys.
What the fuck?
Right before I disappear, I yell,
Oh, no
exit.
more squares. Bro, I can't with the squares.
Exuent pursued
Come
by
on.
bear.
Oh, the squares are amazing.
Oh
These
my
are
God.
goddamn ridiculous. Come on.
Yo, that was pretty
More,
sweet, Divot.
please.
All right,
More squares.
that is a
Thank
crap load
you.
of squares.
That crap load of
Whew,
shit.
All right, yeah,
better.
dude, dope. Divot, we'll get to you on your next turn. Super dope. So just to be clear, there is a huge, probably like 5 foot in diameter circle of crystal that has just been punched out of the middle of the crystal itself.
Mr. Punchio crystals.
Divot, because of that, remember, when you cast magic on these crystals, weird things have happened. But again, because you do have that like pure punch of Fey energy, you don't have to roll your 1d100 in this instance. So, Divot, the last thing you see is this bright blue wash of light. You hear the growl of Glacius, and suddenly, like you're falling into just a world of purple water. You feel yourself pulled out of the realm of men. Rial, you're kind of like, ugh. You see Divot, you see this hole punched in the crystal in front of you. The blue light disappears, and you're like, oh, you try to lift your head up just as much as the web will let you. And then suddenly you hear the like, and you feel the waves of vibration as the giant spider nearest you crawls around the web, some of its feet going up on the crystal. It moves not the same way as you would, the easiest path forward. It just kind of half crawls on things as it moves. You see a couple of its feet on the crystal, a couple of its feet in the blue electric web. It looks down at you and is going to... You know what? It's actually going to web. Nope, I think it's too far to web. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I was gonna web.
Fuck, man.
I was gonna web. I was. No, you see, it's gonna bite at
Give
you.
me a little web.
It does get advantage, Rial, because you're restrained. 21 AC.
Of course that hits.
So you take 6 piercing, and then you make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw. You'll take another 7 poison. You do have poison resistance, so you'll only take half. Or if you pass, you'll take none.
All right, and
Baby.
so, question.
Yes.
I don't know if it'll work in this case, but
Just
I think
do it, baby.
as of level 5, I got uncanny dodge. Would that work? Even though can I like loop around like with the webs?
Can you pop uncanny dodge? Because I think.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because uncanny dodge is different than evasion. Yes, you could do uncanny dodge in this situation. Yes.
Oh.
It's one of the things that rogues are dope for. So what do you get from that? I believe it's
I use
take
my
a certain amount
reaction
of
to
damage.
take half damage from an incoming attack.
Perfect. So I did read the spell again. I apologize. So yeah, give me a Constitution saving throw.
You said DC 11?
11. Yes.
Okay. Let's see.
Constitution, another good one for you.
It's better than animal handling. But...
Yeah.
Nice. Dirty 20.
1A.
Dirty.
Wow.
Perfect. So you pass. So you only end up actually taking. So you take the full 6, and then you take half of this. So you take 3. That's 9 damage. And then because you
Okay.
take half of that, you only end up taking 5 total.
Okay.
That's
Which I think you have some
fair.
temporary hit points. I can't remember.
They got blown by the leeches, but that's
Stupid
okay.
leeches. Blown by the leeches.
Blown
That's another T-shirt.
New band name?
Yeah, right.
Oh, new band name.
Blown by leeches.
Blown by
It is
leeches.
very good that you didn't get poisoned, because you feel as the icy poison tries to go into your veins and your constitution kind of pushes away. You feel almost like an icy paralysis cover your body. And so
Ooh,
yeah,
don't
you
like
feel
that.
like there might be some bad voodoo behind that poison. Not one you want to particularly lose. The other one only has, of course, this one is just in the way. Boop, boop. 30 feet of
Boop,
movement.
boop.
10. It could move over the crystal. 20.
I
Okay,
feel like
so-
Jeff Daniels right now in Arachnophobia when he's like laying there and the spider's getting closer.
Actually, Rial, the other one can reach you, so it does.
That bastard.
And then we'll resolve and then we're gonna resolve the goblins as well. So yeah, the other one takes a bite at you as well. Again, you're kind of webbed down. Not the best, not the best place to be around a bunch of spiders.
Yeah.
So the bite again. Roll 28, Brandon. Right
Rial's a fucking snack.
now.
Eat Dre snacks.
All right,
Spiders
so
were like, "I'll
21
see you at
AC
3 a.m.
again. Sorry, compadre.
That one gets it.
And then you take, let's do a DC, again, DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
3! That was good.
Yeah.
All right, Rial. You
Bad,
take
bad, bad.
you take the same amount of damage. You take, well, no, yeah, because you failed this time. So you take the full poison, and then you have resistance. You take 3. No, yeah, just take 5 again, just rather than make the rolls again. You already have the damage there. But this time, Oh, no, you're good. You have to. It has to reduce you to 0 hit points.
Well, let's hope it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So,
Fingers crossed.
yeah.
So you
you're
said
good.
take another 5.
You're good. I was like, wait a minute, that's like epic. Yeah, no, I misread that. So there you go. I just wanted to freak you out. Now it is, however, because it's their turns, it is also the emerald goblins that ride them. They're gonna take their shot. Now they don't seem to have the same magical power as the other goblin that shot the 5 balls, but each of them shoots their own magic missiles as well. So there's 6 total. 2 are coming at you, Rial, as you wiggle on the bottom of the web in front of them. You take 8 force damage. Tina, 2 more flying your way. 6. You also take 8 force damage as these balls of magical light shoot at you guys. Brunor, you're gonna catch the other 2. Max damage. 10 damage. You see these balls shoot through, pushing aside some of the leeches and blast off of you. Big damage. Magic using goblins. Magic missile is a tough little spell. But again, like I said, you notice those spiders, or those goblins, don't seem to shoot as strong a magic as the one riding the Phase giant spider. So, I know that turn sucked a lot, specifically for you, Rial, but
Hey,
they are done, and Brunor, the leeches fly around you. What do you do?
Okay, so I am. It's not what I'm going to do. It's about first what Brian's going to do. So Brian is going to use his Dracodile breath on the kind of, sorry, a little bit Rial, but
Hey.
I just feel like it's.
No, that's cool. I like this. I like this stuff's cool. I actually have a little thing I'm just pulling up so that we have it. Now it is fire. I'm going to use the acid one just because it's the right color.
Weird.
So where this lands, sorry, this is a little wonky. I'd like for this to be a little cleaner right now. I'm just pulling up the magic effect. Blah, there it is. All right, so now I'm going to rotate it and center it off Brian here. So is that about where you want it? You kind of want to hit the crystal, the webbing, the 2 spiders, the 2 goblins, the ground, and the web where Rial is at. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm going to drop that there. So those webs will be burned away. And go ahead and give me damage.
Hold on, let me see.
I think they get a saving throw.
Oop, here it is. Bam.
All right, sweet. Dang, big damage. Holy crap, you were hot. Not a super hard saving throw, so they will take
that's
half
the
if
only
they pass.
problem.
Let's see. This is spiders.
DC 11.
They both actually have a 4 and an 8.
Ah!
The goblins got a crit.
Whoa.
Whoa, crit.
A little crit. For a saving throw, not as exciting, obviously, but it does pass. So does the other one. So the goblins only take half damage. They take 8 from that. Oop, sorry. Okay, and then the spiders will take the full brunt of the 17 damage. And you see as the kind of the burning green fire, shoots out. You see their skin bubbles up a little bit and some blood comes out. So you do know you did like some pretty savage damage to these giant spiders. They're in a bad way.
Savage.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And all the webs, you see the blue kind of like crystalline webbing, recoils back, kind of like when you put a lighter on a spider's web. It just kind of balls up and peels away. Again, I know I can't really show you that on the map. It's part of the map layer, but that where that green field of magic is, there's no longer web right there, which means Rial, you're no longer restrained. Rial, you're gonna have to make that saving throw too. DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, for the
Oh.
It's okay, because I'm just like his biggest hype man right now. Just, man,
Oh yeah.
Brian.
You see, he looks down. He's like guilty that he dropped you. He's like, "Oh no!" and just blows a bunch of fire down.
It's all good. That was so epic.
Yeah, super great use of that.
Sorry, would you say you need Constitution? Or
Yeah, Constitution saving throw, DC 11.
DC 11, yeah.
DC 11. 18.
Nice.
Right,
You only
right,
take well, no, because you have evasion, so it is an area of effect.
Oh,
so
right.
normally you would take half, but because you have evasion, you take none. As you watch the fire kind of burn the webbing away from you, it frees your ankles, and you do the little like martial arts, roll up on your shoulder, jump up over the fire kind of thing, and avoid the heat of the blaze. Very nice.
Yeah, first time I get to use the evasion skill. So I feel like Brian, after sending the blast, like, feels a little bad. But I can just, like, whip right around all of it. All good. And then
Throw him a thumbs up. You see kind of like his spirits change because he's just done something super dope.
He has. He shouldn't feel bad for nothing. He did something crazy.
Yeah.
Good boy. He's a good, thick, wiggly boy.
Best
It is so cool and inspiring that I'm gonna take my lantern out. It was a lantern that I picked up. I think it was off of a body. I stole a lantern from somewhere.
I
but
remember, wasn't it the tower in when you were like running up?
Yes. Yes. So I have this lantern. I'd like to, because I saw the breath weapon, the fire, take down these spider webs. I'm inspired by that, and I'm going to throw this lantern at that corner because I want to fucking ride that spider in the fucking top corner.
Nice. Yeah.
And
I like
mad
it.
about it. But I'm just curious how you would like me to
So
like,
you're just gonna make it is a ranged attack. I would say that the move that it would have a similar range to like a thrown weapon, which is usually in the 30 feet range. So you would have to move up about 15 feet to reach the range of that corner spider web. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, you move out of the leeches. Again, you don't end your turn there, so you're gonna take any damage from that. And you kind of light the oil inside this lantern. You're gonna make a dexterity attack. So just roll a d20 and add your dex bonus and your proficiency. No, you're not. You're a fighter. You're proficient.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if you maybe wanted me to do it kind of like a hand axe.
Yeah, just do the hand axe.
Yeah.
Same proficiency, same modifier, non-magical. That works. Yeah, and then the damage will be a little different.
Awesome. So I throw my first hand axe. Damn it! I throw the lantern just to see if I can at least get something on fire.
So yes, again, I mentioned it briefly. The web itself only has a 10 armor class, so you do manage to throw it. It has vulnerability to fire damage, so it takes twice as much. I'm gonna say in this case, because it would be just like a fire of a lantern. I'm gonna be honest. The first round. It would probably only be a D4 damage. There's like spells that do a D6. So I feel like a D4 is fair. It is vulnerable, so it'll be 2 D4 damage. If you do 5 or more, the entire web will burn. Otherwise, it might take a turn.
Okay, here we go. 2d4. I got 5, baby!
Please allow me to draw a square.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, give us a rhombus or something.
You wanna run? I can't. Wait, let me see what my options. I give you a thin square, a small square, an extra large square.
I am requesting some squares, please.
All right, so yes, you see the fire. I didn't even have to tell you it was fire because of how good these squares are. Like, it's so clear.
I knew right away. This might be the best square yet, dude.
It's obvious.
Wow.
Pretty freaking sweet, Brunor, especially using your whole turn to do it. And we did. I mean, we followed the hit points and AC, everything about it. So you did it. You defeated the web. Kind of a cool thing. Again, you can't really see the spider itself, but you remember it's that half of its feet were in the webbing itself. The other half held up on the green malachite walls around it. And so as you throw this thing, this lantern out, and you see the fire starting to spread, suddenly you just see like some slip in the rocks and a big thud on the ground in front of you. A little bit of the moss and the mud on the ground, an impression of a large body. Again, you can't see invisible, but this thing is in front of you. It lands, almost on Thoricus, landing on the ground. You hear like a kind of as it falls. It is going to take a little falling damage. I like that.
Kid.
Hell yeah.
Suck.
Ooh, nice. That's a pretty good fall damage. 2d6. All right. Boom. All right. Yeah, you hear like a wincing cry as she takes some pretty good fall damage as you burn her support away from underneath her. I would say that lantern is definitely broken though. So you can't rip lantern.
Lantern, we barely knew ye.
Yeah. Came back when we needed you most.
Yeah.
Lantern.
Lantern.
I love Lantern.
Super dope.
This was the montage of just like the last 2 minutes.
You looking in the place.
You picking it up, finding it in the tower. Oh.
Just the two things you've done with it. Find it and pull it out right now.
It's a quick montage.
The good times.
So there has to be a shot in between of just the lantern and one of the satchels just being jostled around.
Oh.
It's in the Feywild.
Played by Dick Van Dyke.
It has eyes.
There we go.
There he is.
I love it. All right. Dope. You got anything else, Brunor?
No, if that's gonna take up my like action,
Yeah.
then
Well, you would have two. You have 2 attacks. You get
okay,
2
good.
attacks.
That's
with
what
each.
I was worried. I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like kicking ass though, right?
Yeah.
Like, cool. Awesome. Can I move more?
You have only moved 10 feet, so you still have. Well, let's see. If you went diagonal 2, 3. Yeah, you could get all the way up to where that thing is. Now, remember the way invisible things work. I know it kind of sucks. Even though you know where it is invisible. It has the property invisible. You don't have see invisibility. You would have disadvantage attacking it. You could also move up to the giant phase spider in front of Thoricus that has the goblin on it. That you can see.
Well, I mean, would that fire from the web have affected the Fey Drider or whatever?
Yeah, it fell and took falling damage. The
from
phase
the fire
drider.
itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so
I'm
I'm gonna
saying,
run.
when it was on fire, we could see it, right? I was trying to get it to be seen.
See, so it's not the spell invisibility. It's actually on the ethereal plane. So taking damage, it's not a concentration effect for it. It just comes in and out. Now it has to come back into the material plane to hit you guys. But so it's like, it can't just stay there. But it does get it as a bonus action. So, and it wasn't, it is only invisible now after having used it on its turn. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, no concentration check.
Yeah.
Oh no, fair question. It isn't, and that's how most invisibility works. If you take any damage or cast a spell or attack or anything. So, sweet.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So it needs to come back onto our plane to take.
No, you would just have disadvantage. It works like being
Okay.
invisible. So you would just, it just has disadvantage on
Cool,
you have disadvantage on attacks.
Cool. Swing.
Ooh. Whoa,
Shit, crit.
All right.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I got a little water there. Crit sip. That reminds me. Don't forget to drink your water, friends.
Hydrate me.
Oh man.
Oh my.
Oh man.
Oh my.
Hydrate me.
So yes, unfortunately, with a 1, you do not strike the invisible, or you do, but it's the crystalline part of it that didn't.
It's
take
bullshit. Yeah, I swing for it and I miss it, and it's one of those like I'm trying to be as confident as I can because I'm like, I burned your shit down, you idiot, but I'm all caught up in my emotions like what usually happens, and I swing and I miss. So then I pick up my ego and I give it another go.
There it is.
19.
Nice.
That'll do her.
Nice.
19
So
dude.
yeah, 23 AC, or 19 AC even with disadvantage
19
is
for
a hit for 9
disadvantage.
damage.
Yeah,
Oh.
I give it a nice flash.
Right where you just missed, you're like, okay, let me recalculate, and you just come down, slim slam, and you slash it for 9 damage.
Excellent.
Thoricus, you're on deck. Bruno, you have anything else?
I'm going to. I need to be able to see it to ride it.
It's true.
That's my rule in life,
Yeah.
in D&D.
Write that down.
No.
Word of wisdom.
I need to be able to see it to ride it.
If you can't see it, don't try to ride it.
Maybe
Right.
Don't
I
do
could mark it.
And sometimes even if you do see the T-Rex, don't try to ride it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You did. You tried.
Ooh.
It was the skin hole that you fell through.
Oh.
I still
Yeah, I
think
was
about
thinking.
it.
The old skin hole.
Ah, the old skin hole.
All right, yeah, go ahead, Thoricus. Do your thing. Oh wait, I'm gonna mark it with a B.
There it is.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark it
Hell yeah.
because I'm within 5 feet, and fuck 'em. That's why.
Yeah, because you did
For no
hit it.
reason.
That's the only caveat there. So yeah. Sweet. So it basically it gets disadvantage if it attacks anybody but you. Or no, that's what it is. If it attacks anybody other but than you get a free attack on it with advantage. Sweet. Dope. Cool. Yeah. So you mark it. You know, as the you see the
coral.
Yeah. Starts kind of like growing in this invisible mass in front of you.
So I can see I can see the coral then.
You can. You can.
Oh.
It's too cool. Yeah, you can. You know, you see
Hell
the coral
yeah.
kind of glowing in front of you. I dig it.
That's excellent. Okay, good to know. My turn is over.
All right, Thoricus, you're up.
All right. Well, kids. Papa's angry. I'd like to just hurt a lot of things. So I'm just gonna kind of describe what I'd like to do. So the big spider missed me, right?
Yeah, you
On
gave
its,
it the
on
old
its
twink
last
twang.
attack.
Yeah, you slapped him in the face with the bow.
Well, I was gonna say, could I use my riposte? How do we decide we were gonna say that?
I think it is like riposte.
Riposte.
I've always said repost.
Riposte.
Hit him with the old
Sketty.
repost.
Repost.
So I've always said it. I'm sorry.
So from that attack, would I be able to use that as my reaction to kind of attack it back?
Yeah, if it
Or
missed
it
you,
was my
that's the
turn
condition,
right
right? Is
now?
that it misses you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's like before it's the baton hasn't been quite passed to you yet. You see Bruno starts handing it to you, and you're like, "Hold up, let me do this thing real quick."
Yeah, but
And yeah, yeah. Go ahead. It's time for riposte.
right. Oh, I guess I should. Here, I'll
I'm
put it
sorry.
in the chat.
What joint has to be in this thing if I say riposte? Focus is repulsed.
Oh.
All right.
It's just a D8.
When attack misses you, yeah, you can do it if you hit. So
Wow.
you have to make an attack against it.
Oh, I have
and
to
then
make an
if you
attack?
hit, yeah.
Then I roll the maneuver die.
No, you're just gonna add that to the damage if you hit.
Oh well.
It doesn't really matter what order you do it in. But yeah, just do like a normal attack. 11 AC. Actually, is a miss on the phase giant spider. It would have hit the normal giant spider though.
Even though we rolled a 1.
What?
Even though it rolled a 1.
It didn't roll a 1. You rolled a D8.
No, when it missed me.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't factor into the AC of it in this moment.
But I felt like he didn't really get punished for missing me with the critical 1.
You guys don't want me to start punishing people for ones. Trust me. Just based on tonight alone. That's why I don't do crit miss charts. I think it's unfair. Like, a melee class rolls a lot of d20s to attack. A caster class mostly doesn't have to, and they just make people do saving throws or roll damage. So it's like unfair to melee classes to do critical miss failures, in my opinion. That's why I don't do them. They're funny, like I get why people do them, and they can be fun, and I'm sure there's a good table for them. But I personally feel like that damages the efficiency of an already burdened class, the melee fighter. So, but that's my personal theory on it. So that's why I just, I don't have like weird one things that happen. Again, there's more monsters than there are players, so those kind of rules I feel like work against you more than they work for you.
Gotcha. So
it's your turn. You miss
okay.
with your riposte.
Okay, so then I could just go then, right?
Yeah.
Am I able to get the the green goblin?
Yeah, you could reach him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of like right at the center of the, like I said, right around the big fat part of the abdomen or the thorax. And so, yeah, you see him kind of like resting on the back. Ooh, yeah, nice.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna give him the old 1-2, and I'm gonna try and cut both of his hands off.
Ooh.
Some shit on me now, guy.
All right. Actually, 20 damage. Or no, you do 19. No, wait, hold on.
Naturally.
Oh no, you hit him 3 times. No, you only rolled twice. I'm sorry. You did 19 damage. He has 20 hit points. So I would say that's like enough. You successfully cut one of his hands off. But you see, his blood kind of pours out of his little
Could I
green
use my
emerald
bonus
skin.
action?
Yeah, you can.
And then just get both of them lobbed off?
Yeah, dude. Dunzo. You see, you're like, what's the best way to stop somebody casting with their hands? You're like, just cut their hands off. So yeah, you hit. What do you do, man? You kill the emerald goblin on the back of this giant phase driver.
So I wanna fuck up real bad by trying to riposta pasta this big purple phase spider, and then be like, psych, and then reach up and grab the other X, and then just bring it up one side and the other, and be like, what's up? Good luck opening pickle jars. And cast spells on me.
The cleave of the axe cuts the first hand off. You hear the goblin kind of scream as it looks down at this blood just pouring out of its right wrist. Quite a sight. You see a little wispy bolt of magic start forming in its other hand, and Thoricus, you're like, You bring the axe around the other side, cutting it, not all the way through. You see it cuts like 3/4 of the way through, so the hand kind of folds backwards on itself, and you see the fingers touch the arm, as you hear the snapping tendrils of the veins within, and he just looks down, and his blood pours out of him over the blue and crystalline back of the spider. You see that particular goblin is dead.
Right.
Hell yeah.
He's still laying on the back of the spider?
Yeah, just flopping around. His legs are connected. So as you see the spider like moving around, he's just like flopping his dead corpse, just rolling around as that one little piece of wrist skin is just hanging on as it just kind of flaps with an extra joint, hanging around the spider's waist. That joint's gone.
Ooh.
Aw.
I got it.
Oh yeah.
All right, dope. Nice. You got anything else, Thoricus? That'd be the end of your turn?
Well, I didn't move, but I don't. Can I? Yeah, I'm gonna try and move a little bit. Fuck, I don't know, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Can I
You're in
move?
range of a lot of things.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm like, but the phase rider is in the ethereal plane and can't hit me.
Right. Yeah, it can't. Like I
And the
said,
only
I'm
other thing-
treating it kind of like in like a greater invisibility in this sense, where it's like I would say it would be able to hit you if Brunor could hit it with disadvantage. It would have to. I would grant it the same disadvantage though. It's attacking from like half another plane, so it would have disadvantage on an attack against you.
Then I'll just stay here then.
Okay. And you do
Yeah,
know,
I'll
you
stick
see
with-
the coral glowing. You know that Brunor has marked it, so you're not quite as
I'll
worried.
stick with the homie. We'll take care of this side.
The two great fighters, back to back, or maybe shoulder to shoulder, like a.
More like shoulder to hip, but
True that. All right, Thorgus, if that's the end of your turn.
yes, sir. Yes,
All
it
right,
is.
so Phased Rider is up, then Phased Giant Spider, then Tin of Smooth Hands. So yeah, Phased Rider goes. This wasn't exactly what it had planned on when it, thought that it was going to be not on the ground.
Setting up shop.
Yeah, it stopped, it's dropped, and now it's about to open up shop on you.
About the pop.
Let's see. I just want to make sure I'm giving it the proper number of attacks. 3 attacks.
Oh, man.
One of them will be the bite, which is funny for me to think about. Like, it's half spider, half drow elf, but it's the drow elf that bites you. You're like, I don't know what it is about that visual that cracks me up. But yeah, here we go. So, man, it's pretty swing-swaying too. It gets +7 to both of these. They're both going to come at you, Brunor. You know, it sees the coral glowing. It's mad that you struck it down. 3 and a 50, 22 AC. First one misses, 10 AC, but a 22 AC?
Nah, that hits.
That one hits, and then here comes the bite. 18 AC.
I have 18 AC.
So that does hit. If it hits the AC, it does strike. So, all right. So you see that it attacks you with this swinging claw. I'm sorry, it has a longsword. I should have described that in the details, but yeah, you see the drow just pulls this longsword from its waist and swings at you, swing, for 2d8 plus 3.
How about the...
Damn it, roll that stuff with disadvantage too. That's crazy.
Phew.
Right. Well, guys, I just wanted to point out I did say that I wanted to leave before we came down here. I just wanted to point that out.
Good point. Good point.
I said we should have gone. I said it.
I know it's a bad time to say I told you so, but
Brunor, you take
I'm not even
11
here.
slashing,
Ew.
and then the bite's pretty vicious. All right, so you take 21 damage. Ooh, and actually, no, half of it's poison. So you take 6 plus 8. You take 14 damage from the bite. You see the drow comes down and this dripping poison energy from its mouth. You know, you feel that blue electricity in you as it bites down.
Oh, I'm gonna ride you. I'm gonna ride you, and you're gonna just, it's gonna fucking happen.
You see the drow again. It's the head of the drow elf that bites you. You see she bites you kind of in the neck, and you like lean over and whisper in her ear, and she's like biting at your throat. You're like, I'm gonna ride you. Oh, I'm gonna ride you. And then she like stops biting you and pulls away. Look a little confused. That's great.
get this right.
Thoricus, the spider goes. Ooh, Tina, your spiritual guardians. What's the saving throw my man has to make? I can scroll.
Oh yeah.
15, I think. Yes, yeah, 15.
And then which kind is it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. All right. Not a giant spider's best asset. Hello, Mr. Giant Spider. Tell me your wisdom.
The last ones that talked, the voice was like, oh, I hated that.
They're real dumb. They have a negative. They have a 2 intelligence.
Oh.
Nice.
They actually have an 11 wisdom. Those spiders are pretty wise.
Yeah. What yarns do you weave?
Okay, so it passes. I think it takes half damage, correct?
Sorry.
What's up, Leia?
I got you.
Yes.
All right, so it takes on half. Yeah, so 5 damage. Still pretty good against.
And the speed is halved.
Ooh, nice. That is dope.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and all right, so you see it takes 5. Still in pretty decent shape. You don't see it start bleeding or anything. Again, you just kind of see the flopping dead goblin, emerald-skinned goblin, kind of flopping around. But yes, so that's just the start of its turn. It takes that damage from these cutting, rose petals that spin by, and it will continue to take that as long as it's in the range of that spell. But it is its turn. Man, this is a tough one. See, it's tough for me sometimes, guys. I'm like, all right, so Brandon, you're a spider, right? And you just got turned into a magical spider. So, so you're a magic spider now, right? Like, things are a little different now. You're not just gonna like bite the well, I do like the bite the nearest guy model. So that's what we're gonna do.
That's what a spider would do.
Yeah.
Like a spider.
It's
I have a question.
Yes.
So I can use my reaction to grant disadvantage on attacks within 5 feet against allies. Do I have to be within 5 feet of both the ally and the guy?
I believe so. Read the ability for me.
Here, I'll throw it in the thing. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
it says.
Perfect. Use your reaction to grant disadvantage on attacks within 5 feet against allies. So yeah, any attack within 5 feet of you against an ally. Yeah, because
Okay.
it's like it's not like you're necessarily hitting the creature, but you're like stepping in front to block a strike is the kind of the idea. So yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
just something I was reading.
Yeah, no, that's actually a cool little boon of the protection style fighter. A lot of people, there's like +1, flat +1s to AC and stuff, so that's, it's in comparison pretty strong. Yeah, this would be one of those cases, if you're so inclined. The spider does bite at you. He only has 1 attack, so. He misses anyway. You don't even have to worry about it. So yeah, you, as it like goes to like bite down at you, Thoricus, the floppy dead body of the goblin kind of like falls down over its eyes, and it's like it's just kind of like wheeling around, like you see it pushes back the corpse away with 2 legs, but still having 2 more to kind of like try to attack at you. That's actually the end of its turn as well. So Tin of Smooth Hands, what do you do?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I'm gonna come forward a little bit towards this phase spider, and with me I bring my roses that are like razor blades and cutting everything down in my path. So just like bringing that energy with me, and I'm gonna sort of just bring myself a little bit closer to this spider, and as I'm coming forward, I wanna be swinging my mace, a little twisty twist,
Time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's time to squash some bugs.
So I will say, Tina, if you move 1 more space there, your 15 feet would also hit the phased rider. Just to because you have the move. I just figured.
And then wouldn't it also protect us a little bit?
It doesn't
too?
protect. It just does damage.
Just one more forward, you mean?
Yeah, right here where this you can move there without incurring an AOO, and that would put you 15 feet away from the phased rider as well. That way you could hit both spiders.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then as I'm moving forward, I'm keeping attention to both sides and trying to remain cautious of both creatures on both sides of me. I'm swinging my mace though. And then I want to take a little swing at, not a little swing, I want to take a big swing at this phase spider in front of
Phase spider. We'll add that to our warm-up.
Phase spider.
Phase
Spider.
Hit him in the butt.
That hits. Nice. 5 bludgeoning damage.
And with that, it also takes an extra, let me double check. 1d8 radiant damage.
That's right, because your weapon's all holy like you are.
Yeah. Do I roll that?
Yeah, I think it's a D6, correct?
No, it's d8 I have written down.
D8, nice. Yeah, you can roll that.
Okay, 7.
Nice.
Ooh, baby!
Nice. Big damage. Yeah, Tina, you walk up, you see the spinning wave of flowers around you. You walk up and smash this thing in the face.
Yeah. I'm a swirling. Honestly, maybe a little bit. I'm inspired by Thoricus, trying to hurricane myself, and I just swam a slam.
Yeah, the holy light of Shantia at the tip of your weapon just blasts across this abomination in front of you. Kind of again purifying the taint within.
Indeed. And I'm concentrating, so that's going to be the end of my move. So I'm
read it that way, like it does. Yeah. Anyway, it's one of those things. It's like playing
Don't
pool.
beat yourself up. You just hit a spider in the face.
Yeah, that was dope.
It was pretty badass. I liked it. Yeah.
And then again, Tina, just remind me at the beginning of both of those creatures' turns, they will also take that damage.
Okay, cool beans.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my turn.
Sweet, Rial. You kind of Rial, you're up, and then Divot, you're on deck. I'm sure you're probably curious. Rial, you're up. So the spider web has been pulled, melted away from underneath you. You see the spiders, on either side of you, pretty badly damaged. In fact, all 4 of the creatures that incurred the breath weapon of Brian the Dracodile seem in pretty bad shape. All of them bleeding. So yes, it is your turn. No spider webs on you anymore.
Thank goodness. Thanks to good boy Brian. I do want to... So, I want to leave its threat range regardless. So I am going to hit it with a disengage. But I want to move over to Brian and slap him some skin. We all invented the high five, and what he did was awesome. So definitely got to...
Big wing comes over your way. Slaps the 5 with you.
So what I want to do is kind of get out of the fuck these spiders, man. They.
All right, so
I did not
there
have a
is
good
spider
time.
web there.
Oh, there is right there.
Yes.
Yeah. So
It's pretty much just
if I'm
yeah,
around there.
The idea of Riel just like leaving Spiderweb and immediately walking
No
back
more
to the
Spiderweb.
speaking. So funny to me. Oh man, that was
Dang
terrible.
it.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Rial's weird shit.
High fives to Dracodile, walks right back into some webbing.
And it's super good in contrast to when the stealth is actually like, and he's just gone. But when he's clumsy, this fucker's clumsy.
He's like the slickest, clumsy dude ever. Yeah. No, dope. Yeah, you have the foresight to not step into more spider webs.
So I do want to test out this fucking Bloodleaf theory. I got like super squanched on that plan, but I kind of want to target the crystal with this goblin, the furthest to the right. We got to do like a tester to see if this is even worth a damn.
True. Yeah. No. I like the concept. So you kind of put your hand in front of the Krampus's sack and summon from the void within the item that you wish. You see one of these big, disgusting, fat, blood-filled leeches. Probably about a foot long. And their skin is leathery, and like I said, it's like slapping a waterbed. Like it's just, it's more liquid than skin. And you're like, oh god. And you like reach in and grab the other one. You're just like, oh. And then you look at Krampus's gross sack, and you're just like, oh god, jeez, gross. But yeah, you've got two of them. It would be a dex. You are throwing, so it would be a dexterity. You are proficient in ranged attack. So you get to add your proficiency modifier and your dexterity bonus to a d20 roll.
Right. Let's see what we got in the dex. You said dex saving throw?
No, it'd just be just a normal d20 roll, because you get to add your proficiency modifier to it as well.
Herder, sorry about that. Okay, d20, 18.
Dope, yeah. Plus your proficiency and your dex, you're more than enough on the first one. So yeah, you throw it, and you're kind of like overly cautious about tossing it too close to the giant spider next to it. You're like, its leg is about that long, and so I'm gonna throw to the right side of it a little bit. And yeah, again, you feel the kind of like a football field with SpaghettiOs.
Oh.
You feel kind of violent in your hand, and you perfect spiral. You see the fat open mouth, the blood kind of spilling from these many teeth in this little hole in the front of it. Hits the crystal, and you see almost like letting the air out of a balloon. The leech, just all the blood inside is absorbed by the crystal. And you just see this like flaccid skin sack of what was formerly a leech, as all of the blood within it is devoured by the crystal. You see the shaking crystal still vibrating from that massive shock of Divot's shatter, vibrating even stronger now. And you watch the top of the crystal blow off. Now, one of them is not enough to fully free the goblin. You see it's basically broken free from the shoulders up. You hear he takes out a long, deep breath, as if breathing, real air for the first time in a while. He takes a big, deep breath. But yeah, you've blown basically like the top, and his head is free, but basically from like the shoulders down, he's still encased in this crystal, but he's not dying anymore. And now that you see that, you're like, shit, the other ones are probably dying right now. So yes, you do manage to blow the crystal top off with one of these leech blood grenades, and yeah, that's what you get from that guy.
All right, and I'm not capable of throwing the other at this time, huh?
I would say no, because like fighters would get 2 attacks. You're a rogue.
Right.
That's one of the kind of bummy parts about being a rogue.
All good. Let me just see where I
Cast a cantrip or spell or anything, like cast bonfire. Or
That was his
anything
attack. So it was that was his attack. It was his action. And then he used your bonus action to disengage, right? Was the idea?
I did. I think I might have like half of my move.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
5, 10. Yeah, you've actually only moved 5, 10, 15. So yeah, you have like 20 feet left.
Just another 15. I'm just looking because these webs look nasty.
Nasty.
I'm not getting in there again.
I am not getting stuck in these webs.
Immediately get stuck in another web. Yeah, I'm just gonna move closer to this Fey water pond, kind of more towards Divot. That way I got eyes on everybody, and I'm gonna try and throw this next balloon next time. But other than that, I'm good.
All right. You know, Rial, you watch as this crystal top is blown off. You see the top of the normal, you know, standard Boxxo style goblin, you know, little floppy or the little pointy ears, kind of looking around in shock in this moment again, seemingly like unaware of what was going on around. You see his head turning, and he kind of cries out. He's like, "Ah!" And this scream like fills up the canyon. Ah! You hear it echoing off the rock. Ah! And you kind of follow the sound as it echoes through the cracks in the roof of the mountain. Ah! And we follow it to a faraway place. Ah! Divot. You're floating in this vast, infinite void. You kind of look around you in all directions, all black. Now, you're starting to get familiar with this. This happens to you a lot. You've been in a lot of big voids of blackness. This one feels a little different than the other ones. You know, you look around,
yes,
you
the
kind
time
of
knife.
float around. You're able to control, you know, it's like you're not like falling or anything. You're kind of just floating in this void. And then in front of you, you see the glowing blue light of Glacius. Do you wish to challenge me, boy? Or would you have me as your master? And that's where we're going to pick it up after intermission, guys.
Knew it was coming. You knew it.
I've had Divot. I was like, this poor man. Oh, you going to think about all the cool shit you got to say to this guy. All right, dudes, we do us a little 10-minute intermish around here. It is a beautiful opportunity to showcase some of this incredible art submitted by all these wonderful artists and to listen to the absolutely beautiful music of Sandy Stein. I love our intermission. Please make sure you get some water, take your pee, but do listen and watch all of this absolutely incredible art that we are so blessed to have and to share with you guys. We fucking love this. I can't wait to get back. Please hang with us. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the resolution of this fucking wild spider battle, man. Fuck. Fuck. back, buds. Holy crap, what a riveting battle we've had so far. What I love about Dungeons & Dragons is, like, it takes a while to tell the breadth of a story, but all this shit's happening in, like, 6 seconds. So while I was having my pee, I was just imagining, just like, boom, they roll in, thing falls from the sky, Divot attacks it, boom, all of a sudden, Brunor's throwing the lantern, burning the thing, Rial's sticking the webs, and the spiders are coming, and then Thoricus is cutting the guy, hitting him with the bow, Divot's blowing this magic bolt, and this blue light shoots him away, and it's just fucking, oh my god. The blood leech thing with the crystal. Oh, guys, this. All right, so I can't. All right, we're going back in. We're going right back into this bitch, guys, because it's fucking good. Divot. You float, beardless, in a long, infinite void of darkness. All around you, just this quiet black, a calming, soothing place to your mindset these days. Actually, not the terrifying chill down your spine that most would feel, but as you kind of look around on this familiar landscape, you're not thrown off your center at all. You see, in front of you the glowing, pulsing blue light of Glacius, and as it pulses, you start to see the outline of his great crystalline body. And each glow of the blue light outlines the lines of his frame a little bit more. You see his massive, 50-foot tall, like a giant glacier. These giant blue icicle arms that go down to his massive sword. The glowing blue rune just illuminates this piercing blackness all around you as he repeats himself. Would you challenge me, boy? Or would you let me be your master? Now, in this moment, Divot, you feel a glow behind you. You actually have the power to leave right now. Your friends, back in the cave. You're not trapped here. I want to make that clear before you have your conversation.
Well, anything I can do to keep him away from them, I'm staying here.
You see, the glowing blue light now encased in thick layers of ice. You see the Blightbringer, his great sword, kind of slowly cutting through the dark mist, the dark world around you. What say you, boy?
What kind of offer we talking here?
I shall grant you the powers. A boon, similar to what you have with death. Cast away that relic. The Feywild is coming. I will grant you the power of the Dark Queen's court if you will serve as my general.
I take a deep inhale from a cigar that he didn't even realize I was smoking.
He's got one too.
I'm like, let me tell you something, G. You and me, we're not that different. I got a boss, and you got a boss. Here's the funny thing, though. Even your boss eventually has to answer to my boss. The Feywild doesn't live forever. At least not all the time.
How little you understand. The rules are being rewritten, Divot. And I know she who holds the pen. I will offer you this but one more time. What is your answer? Do you challenge me? Or do you submit to me?
Boop, boop. A challenge.
Here we go.
All right.
Do it.
Divot, in this moment, you look down, and your arms are still rippling with the purple energy of the Feywild, the magic that you absorbed within that space, still glowing within your frame. You're kind of supernovaed right now a little bit. You float there, and suddenly as you choose challenge, you throw your arms back, and this great arcing purple energy shoots from behind you, soaring you forward. You gather magical energy in your hand, and the battle betwixt you and Glacius the Ice Blight begins. Suddenly, whoosh, there's a huge flash in the crystal chamber as those of you battling the Drider and the giant spiders see from the waterfall just this blasting purple light of energy, similar to the one that bursted Divot forward. You see it just kind of shimmers from behind the waterfall, and for a moment, you see the outline of Glacius's frame amidst the mist of waves coming down. The giant spider in front of Brian, it looks up, at the creature that shot this fire at it, and it moves forward. It can't actually reach with its arms because Brian is in the air. So it just moves a little bit closer. Again, this is a little wonky because of the spell effect. But it moves closer, and you see both of the goblins are going to unload 2 magic missiles on this guy. So 64 at Brian.
Oh no.
Plus 4, so 19 damage.
Oh god.
You see 6 globes of light from these emerald fingertips goblins. Suddenly, just 6 indistinguishing bolts of magical energy, like darts of crystal, just shoot, and you see they shoot through Brian and do a bunch of force damage. What's Brian's health situation?
He's at 1 right now. Oh
Oh my god, he fitting to be a pair of shoes.
no!
You see, one of the crystals actually blows a hole through one of Brian's wings. You hear him cry out as his wings twist and he drops down a little bit, just outside of the reach of the mandibles of these giant spiders that snap at the bottom of him, but he manages to keep himself afloat just enough to not incur their wrath as well. Their turns are over. Brunor, what do you do?
What the actual fuck? Okay, so first Brian flies away. He backs up. Oh wait, no, he's in their thing. Shit.
No, he's not. He's floating, so he's free. He's not in their threat range because they can't cast a spell as a reaction, so they can't reach it. They're just underneath him.
Okay. he's gonna fucking retreat away. And let me see here. What? When he just went, she knows.
She knows.
She feels my. She's like, what just happened? Okay.
He's close.
I know. Hold on, come here. Okay, so I am going to I'm gonna try to hop onto this spider. Not the Drider, but the purple, this crazy speed ray over here with the dead goblin on its back. Wow.
Dope. So I just want you to know you would get an AOO from the Drider. It would take a swing at you.
Fucking Dizzity, damn it. Okay. Then you know what? I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna take a. Oh geez, sorry, Winnie. So I'm going to have a healing potion because
Okay.
I'm
Bonus action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that and
2d4 plus 2.
2d4. Bam, bam, bam. Wah. Ooh,
So
okay.
you get 7 back.
Awesome. Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's better than nothing. And then I'm going to. Ooh, snap. And then I'm going to swing at the Drider.
Hit.
18. Cool. For 8.
It's still
slashing
prone,
damage.
actually. It hasn't gotten to stand back up yet, so you have advantage on your attacks against it.
Idiot. Okay, then I'm gonna fucking. Then I'm gonna do it again.
Sling,
Hold on, I
sling.
clicked it. There we go. For 11. 21. Because I get advantage because it's prone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So 21, and then I hit it for 11.
Nice. So a total of 19 damage.
Yes.
There it is. All right, this thing is still not bleeding, but you hack off huge pieces of like the crystal legs, like one of the 8 legs made of crystal. You slash at one of them and break a little piece off. But yeah, this thing is a pretty sturdy creature.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Cool. Then that is going to be the end of my turn.
All right. Yeah, you see, the Drider kind of like still falling on the ground in front of you, slashed up pretty bad. Taking a lot of damage, but again, it's kind of a testament to the strength of this strange abomination. That means it's Thorcus. You're up, bro.
What? Me? Crazy.
Wow.
Okay.
Just for you, boo.
Well, I'm sure this drow spider drider thing has never been outside of these caves. I mean, the Feywild might be great, but Fucktown is lovely this time of year. You're gonna love it. Gonna love it.
All right, again, prone, so you get the advantage on it, and yeah, and a high AC though, 19 AC.
Well, 29. Will one of those work, or?
What's wrong with that, bro? Aura crits.
Aura crits.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Oh,
Just in a leg chopping mood, brother.
Dang, dang.
Yeah, so that's a hit. And you do 20 damage with one swing.
Ooh. Oof.
Yeah, it's bleeding now. Yeah, you see you connect with your just first attack, and you blast off just a huge chunk of one of the crystals. You see it kind of like trying to stand back up from being prone. You kind of see one of its legs planted in the ground, and you cut that leg off so it loses its balance again. And it's just squirming, trying to get up. You hear the drow crying out.
Okay, so hearing that cry as the prone can kind of guess where the head is, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a swing on that. Unfortunately, not enough today for that one though.
Still a very keen and aware creature. The drow, shifts, and one of the blocks of crystal just casts it away.
Right. Yeah. So instead of using my third attack, I'm just gonna go ahead and action surge. And we're just gonna. You know what? I feel like I owe it to her.
You actually get your bonus action too.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's dope. It doesn't cost you.
This.
Yeah, action surge. It's on top of an action and a bonus action. You get another action, and your action is 2 attacks.
Oh, I read that wrong. Yeah.
No, it's such a good ability. A lot of people take a 2-level Dippin' Fighter just to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So you would have 2 more. You would have your bonus action. Dope. That hits 11 more damage. You were a lot of hit points, but you guys are chopping through them. And then now with your action surge, you would get another action, and your action is 2 attacks. So you would get 2 more full swings of your axe.
Dang.
Now I think that switching weapons costs an action though, right?
Yeah,
So
it's that weird place where you're like kind
It's
of already
fine.
committed
I just
to
thought
it.
narratively it would be kind of cool to be like, all right, so just like, bang, and then I'd take the other one out and like choppity chop with the blade of.
Just because the feat is so powerful, it's like there's got to be some cost between the switch.
Alright. So Lucille hit with a 28 with 12 slash damage.
Dope. Another 12.
And then the other 2 missed, unfortunately. I think you said it was a 19, right?
Yeah. 19.
Yeah.
And actually, you wouldn't get the second one. You wouldn't get the bonus action attack.
Right.
Yeah, it's no problem.
So it doesn't matter anyway. So what?
So one hit, one miss. Yeah, you sink in. You sink in pretty good on the first blow, and you kind of think that's another good spot. But again, this creature moves at a really strange speed, shifting kind of in and out of the planes. And your axe kind of like should have hit something, but it slides through strangely. It's kind of like phases in and out of reality in front of you.
Right.
All right, it is its turn.
Oof.
All right, it's going. Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't had it make any concentration checks, and you guys have been tuning it up. It failed the first one, so that this. I hate to take away a good square, but the square of locusts is gone. The leeches all die, including the 2 that hadn't yet made it over to the other 2 spiders. So that spell effect is gone, and yeah. So that's kind of she doesn't like where she's at right now.
Doesn't she also have to save against Tina's thing?
Ooh, yes.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, it's her turn. I'm sorry, I didn't even clarify. It is her turn. So she will. It was a wisdom save.
Yeah.
Fails. And what was it? It was like 17, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
I know it was forever ago.
3d8 radiant damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a fresh 3d8 for it.
Boom, boom, boom. 16.
Oh.
16.
Hello.
Wow.
Man, you guys are tuning this girl up.
Yeah, so she's in the zone, the hurricane of madness, razor blade, and she gets chippy choppy right all in there.
A little a little chippy chop from some dope rose petals of benevolent energy. Yeah, so her magical effect is gone. She takes a bunch of damage. She's in really bad shape. But this is where, you guys, you fought creatures in the wild. You fought bandits and people that have prioritized their own life to a battle. You've watched people run away. You've now experienced the armies of Queen Mab under a couple different occasions. Her troops do not do that. The Frost Giants did, but they weren't technically her people. But her soldiers all fought until the bitter end. And you see this phased rider, a devout devotion kind of at her core as well, willing to take a stab at you and maybe risk her own life. So she is going. She has a second casting and she's going to use it. She summons forth another cloud of leeches in front of her. This time, and to be fair, this is. Oh, I got to draw another square. Hold on.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Back up.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, she wants as much as she can get. Oh no, it's drawing a line. Oh no! No! Wait.
Square's worse than me.
Yes. Square's worse.
I'm a fool. All right,
Okay.
so.
I still love you. Mistakes happen.
Yeah, it's fine. It happens to the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree. This time I don't agree with the group.
All right, dudes, this is a pretty big one. It's 5'10". Let me see what the spell effect is here real quick.
Damn it.
Alright, so 20-foot radius square. So.
Oh, fuck. I remember something I wanted to do. Okay, it's fine.
Alright,
It's good to remember.
boom. You see she looks at you and she curses you, Brunor, speaking the elvish tongue. She speaks a slight that elves have agreed never to call each other again, a term so primal that it comes from the deepest of hatred within the elves. Even Rial, your ears tinge a little bit just to hear it mentioned, some word rooted in blood magic, an ancient hatred. Her eyes glow as she looks at you, aware that she's overmatched, aware that this may be one of the last things she ever does with her life. And as she bitterly spits venom at you, she shudders out one last time, "For the Queen!" And she summons forth yet another cloud. Brian is also in the range of this. No, it's 20-foot radius. He's 30 feet in the air. No, it's not. It does not hit Brian. It does. I thought it. No, it's 20-foot radius from that point. So no, Brian is safe. I thought it would hit him. It does hit the spider. It hits Thoricus. It hits Brunor, and it hits Tenna. Tenna, you might, depending on how much damage you take, remember to make a Constitution save for Spiritual Guardians. All right, guys, this is a pretty big one. Everybody in that range, not including Brian, because he's not technically, he's 30 feet up. It's a 20-foot radius, so it doesn't reach him. Again, almost like the spiders champing at his feet. He just narrowly avoids it. You make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, or take 4d10 damage.
Is there an opt-out option?
Say no. You could, just so you know, if you fail. What's that?
Everybody in range makes that?
Correct. Everybody
Okay, thank
inside
you.
the field of this locust or this leech plague will make that saving throw. And remember, if you do fail, you can. If you have an inspiration point, this is a point where you could use one as well to roll another d20 and try to pass if you did fail.
What was the? Oh my god.
Oh.
And,
Whoa, shit, crit.
Tonight.
we don't like that, Sketty Papa.
Skitty Papa, what
See, the
happened?
thing is, I was like, I didn't get to move at the end of my turn. Like, after I was done, I was like, I was gonna try to move, but I don't really have to move, right? Because I've got Battle Alacrity, so I could have just moved like twice my movement speed, not incurred any AoEs, and gotten the fuck out of there,
Yeah,
right?
because you hadn't moved the
Right.
turn before, correct?
The turn before.
So it would have been recharged. I actually no, that's fair. That's a fair point. I actually skipped over your move. So yeah, if you want to not be in this, if you would have feasibly not been right there, I'm fair with giving you that. You're the battle master. But where would you have gone? You know what I mean? Like just be, you know.
I would have tried to gun over by Riel, I think. Just
Yeah, because you
It
get the
seems like-
free of attack of opportunities. So that's you know the Drider's in really bad shape. You think she's probably pretty close to death time. Getting over to save Riel, I agree. Like I don't think we're like breaking the rules here. You have an ability, and it was my fault. I stepped over your move turn. So
But
absolutely take
but
it.
the story you were telling at that point, I was just like, you know what? I'll bring it up later.
No,
and
but
we'll
it
see if
factors
that-
in here.
And
That's
if it
fair.
does,
Hey, this guy's is important if you're DMing. This is a very valid point. I just skipped over his move option. Of course you can move. Do it.
okay. So yeah, I'll probably get over here. I'm able to get there, right? I'm not
Yeah, because you have
different.
battle alacrity also, so I think you can move like what 50 feet.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I don't need to go that far. I just want to get over to.
Wait, does battle
Riel.
alacrity make it with no AOOs?
Swore it did. Now I gotta move my friggin' window up. Sorry.
I think the no AOOs thing
still-
is the
Good
mantle
time
of
to hydrate.
inspiration.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, you know what?
Yes, Queen.
I don't know if you did you transfer this over for me? I asked you to because I couldn't get
Yeah,
it to
battle
transfer.
alacrity should be one of your abilities.
I mean,
No, you just double your speed until the end of turn, so you would incur AOOs. The only time you don't get AOOs, that's from Divot's Mantle of Inspiration. That you get the move with no AOOs.
I'll still take it though. I'd rather not be in that. Oh no, did I close the whole thing out? I did. It's fine.
All right, so the AOOs from leaving the threat range of... you didn't actually leave the threat range of the giant spider, just the Drider. She gets a choppity chop at you with her longity sword. I don't know why I'm doing that.
I don't know why
I'm sorry.
Grown man. I'm an adult. I paid bills.
17 AC?
Taxes.
Let's see. Yep, because of a 16.
All right, so she's you take 12 slashing damage. She manages to get you one with the longsword before you get out of reach of the drow portion of the body.
Okay.
All right, so you didn't have to worry about that saving throw. Brunor did, Tina did. You guys both passed. You take half of that 4d10.
And since I passed, my concentration remains.
So
Right?
you'll have to make a Constitution saving throw based on how much damage you take. So it'll be
Okay.
half of this. So you guys would take, in this case, it would be 12 damage. So Tina, you now make a Constitution saving throw, DC 12. It's either 10 or half the damage, whichever's higher.
Wait, what do I roll? I'm sorry.
So it's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Boop, boop. So, 13.
That's passed. Yeah, the DC was 12. So you managed to keep your focus on your spiritual guardians, even as these leeches kind of suck a little blood off of you guys. But yeah, you and Brunor both take 12 damage.
Cool. Yeah, I hold on to my attention as it happens, like I've seen these leeches before, ain't no problem, and I kind of just like let the flowers wrap around me and protect me.
Yeah, you see a couple of the leeches like trying to bite at your face, like a flower just floats by right on time, and it's like just floats away.
Ain't no thing.
All right, man, yeah, that could have been a lot worse. And that is her turn. She casts. She's in such bad shape, honestly, that she casted a spell. She's gonna take her chance. Thoric has bounced away and isn't a threat anymore, so she's gonna move, giving Brunor an attack of opportunity.
Cool.
Here we go.
Well, I'm gonna do it. Here I go.
Do it. Do it.
Nice.
Do it.
Seven.
All right. She's not
Ooh.
dead, but she is in really bad shape. But she can move 30 feet up the wall, even though there's no web. She can move up wall as if it's normal terrain. You see, she starts just kind of, one foot missing, the other leg half sheared by Thoricus's axe. The other legs just start dragging her up this corner as the drow half of her just shouts down old elvish curses upon you, and denounces you before the might of the queen.
Whatever. Okay.
Giant spider is gonna go ahead and take a bite at you, Thoricus, as you're in range of it. No, you know what? It's gonna try to web you guys.
Speed raid.
Don't web on me.
Oh, I'm kidding. Don't web on me.
I hope it's not on my coat.
All right, so it does. It shoots this gross web at you, Thoricus. +5 to this roll. Boom. 13 AC, it misses. So you just see it shoots a big fat ball of web at you, and you just kind of slice it in half with your axe, and it just falls on either side of you. That's the spider's turn. That's his whole turn, yeah, unfortunately. Without the goblin, he's not quite as menacing. And Tin of Smooth Hands, you're up. Rial, you're on deck.
Oh my word.
Oh no, the spider. Yeah. I'm sorry, that spider has to make a saving throw as well from your spiritual guardian.
Yes, that's correct. And that's a DC 15.
And does it have to save from the plague of leeches?
Yes, it does. I rolled a D10 by mistake. I'm sorry.
Sorry guys, I'm really high.
No, that fails
No,
the leeches.
that does not. And
So
I think you take 3d8 radiant damage.
Ooh.
All right. And then this is actually the save for you two.
Groovy.
Okay, so it failed both. It fails the leeches and it fails the spiritual guardians on its turn. So, all right. Tina, how does it die?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I am currently like enveloping myself in the flowers, and then as it fails, I like let the flowers kind of wrap around me transformer style, and I'm like razor blade, flowers, everything coating my to remind you, I'm completely bald also while this is happening. I kind of look like Caillou in armor a little bit, but like transformer flower Caillou.
You
So
turn
like
into a
that's
flower
what's
ranger?
happening. And then big burst of energy building up, and then wham! It all separates and slices and dices it.
You see as the pieces of the spider, this eviscerated form in front of you, slice, blood is splashed into the air, and the spell, all the leeches start gathering some of the blood. They're not full of blood or anything, I just thought it would look cool. And you see a bunch of leeches like eating the free blood in the air a little bit, just like, ooh, hey. They're not picky. But yeah, no, the combination of its own friend's spell and Tina's spell has destroyed it. So it's still your turn, Tina. You didn't have to do anything. That was part of your spell.
Boom. So that happens. Thanks, Spirit Guardians. Thanks, Shantia. Feeling super blessed. But also, I notice, like, I look to Brian's above me, right? I look above me and I see Brian, and I see Brian suffering. So I want to cast Healing Word on Brian if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my god. Yes, he's at one. Thank you.
Do.
You are below Brian.
Below him.
Below him.
Hello, Brian.
Yeah, still
Below.
standing in the leech aura. Brian gets 5 HP.
And I think he gets an extra 6 to that?
From your heal, yes, because you're a life cleric. That's correct. A nice 11,
So 11.
with a
11.
healing word.
Nice.
Yeah,
He's
so
got- he's
cool. Yeah, I
sitting
see
up-
Brian up there, and I'm like, oh man, and I just throw him all the light and positivity that I can.
Yeah, you see the flower petals kind of peel off of you and go up to him, kind of bringing a healing benevolence of Shantia upon him. Yeah, he gets 11 health back. Very nice.
Cool.
You are still standing in the leech field, by the way, so you would have to move out of that.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna move out of it. And as to where, I guess I'm just gonna move a little bit towards the center of the room, and I want to get a good angle still on this other, the other spider.
Nice. Yeah, so you kind of walk through, the remains of this this giant phase spider that your spell tore apart, and as you move forward, this cloud of flowers, your spiritual guardians, it actually will enter the range of this one down here. So on its turn, it will take damage.
Okay, cool beans. Thank you. And that'll do it. That's the end of my turn.
You could still cast a cantrip because healing word is just a bonus action spell. So you still have a cantrip at your disposal if you were to
Oh.
Okay, how far away is that other spider?
Let's see, each square's 5 feet, so you're about 10 feet away from the one that's going to take the damage from the spirit guardians.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I was looking in the wrong place. So in that case, I'm going to cast spiritual weapon. I mean, not spiritual weapon. I'm sorry, sacred flame. I'm gonna call upon that same radiant energy that I just sent towards Brian, and I'm gonna turn it into a powerful weapon against the spider right in front of me.
All right. So yeah, go ahead. I think it gets to make a dex save.
15, that's pretty good.
He has a +3 to this. Spiders are pretty dexterous.
I got all them hands.
Oh, he fails.
Oh,
Takes a full 5.
But it sucks to suck, though.
Nice.
Nice.
Radiant damage.
Good.
So I channel all that positive energy, but I managed to fashion again my glowing scythe in a new form in front of me, this time covered in like rose petals, and I wham a slam. I'm going for one of the legs. I'm trying to chop one of the back legs off.
Dope. Yeah, you see you cut it. This thing badly charged still from Brian's burns. Now the sacred flame of Tin of Smooth Hands, burning even deeper into it. It's falling. You see it's kind of crawling where the web used to be. You see it doesn't feel as comfortable on the mossy ground, and it seems to be in real bad shape. You haven't killed it yet, but I do imagine that your spell, your guardians would probably kill it on its turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well, then that will do it for me. That's
all
my
right.
turn.
So as this spectacle before you occurs, suddenly you hear a flash in the waterfall. Your brother is in some form of danger. Divot, we rejoin you on this dark plain before Glacius. He's kind of laughing at the proposal of a challenge.
You drink of the milk of my land and think yourself ready to stand before me. Let us play, mortal.
And he starts at you. All right, Divot. So this fight's going to play more like a skill challenge. So you've got, like I said, this is similarly, you're not quite matched and so we're going to be going pretty similar to the labyrinth style. 5 successes, 3 fails, DC 15. What do you do?
All right. Can you describe what's around me a little bit? Real quick?
Again, you're kind of in the just floating in this black void. Really, the only thing in front of you is the massive frame of the 50-foot Glacius, the blue glowing light within him. You again feeling comfortable in this kind of even his domain, kind of this pocket within the Fey world. You still have that plug into some of the stuff around you. So whereas you think he might be convinced that you're not able to draw your power here, you actually kind of know you have your foot on the conduit a little bit. So currently it's all dark around you. Your purple bones are kind of shining with magical energy. You kind of supernova in the space in front of him as the two forces just kind of shine in the darkness.
All right, so the rules are a little different than like regular combat.
Yeah, we're gonna do it kind of like a skill challenge or like an epic opportunity, like we were doing in the Fey War, where it's like you have kind of, because of this heightened state from this pure Fey energy, and the stakes of this battle, you kind of have access to like storyline buff, you know. So your abilities and powers function at a higher level for the narrative function of, at its core, a skill challenge, a 5 success, 3 fail skill challenge.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't think he knows who he's fucking with. I look at him and I cast Tiny Hut inside of him.
All right, Tiny Hut takes a minute to cast, or 10 minutes. It's something like that.
It takes 1 minute.
So it takes a minute to cast.
So can I have been like doing it behind my back, like while he was talking?
All right, you can, but you'll have to give me a deception check, Divot. So you know,
Okay.
while you float in the darkness, looking around, you know, can you sell him on the idea that you're not casting the spell? This will hinge on this. If it doesn't work, then no, you would have to cast the full minute. All right, he gets an insight. He gets an insight check. That's a hot 22 though. That's hard to beat.
Hot shit.
He gets +2. He actually, I think he has to roll crit. Boom, 17, not enough. Divot, you managed, you know, again, hiding a little bit of pocket energy, you managed to pull this off. What do you do?
All right, so I look at him, and I've been like thinking it in my head, because speaking in my head is kind of like speaking. So I've been talking to him and casting the spell in my head. That's how he didn't hear me, right? I guess. And then at the last second, I act like I'm just gonna gesture with my hands, but I like and like make a small hut explode from within him.
Okay. So it's a 10-foot dome of force. Are you like casting it around the ball of light part of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you cast, again, it's like this 10-foot dome right in the center of it. Now, the spell fails if the area includes a larger creature of more than a large creature. And he's massive. He's 50 feet tall.
Oh, is he that big right now?
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he's 50 feet tall.
Okay, my bad.
No,
we look the same.
Yeah, no, you still have the full your full list of abilities or skills to use.
Okay.
Yes. Now that all the wind is out of your sails.
You did get a deception check off, and I'm not going to steal that from you. You do get to cast a spell here. You know, so feel free to change it out. Unfortunately, it's not a tiny head doesn't work in this case.
Okay, all right. I knew that was a bit of a stretch, but I was just trying to see how far
I even
I
said
could
it
get.
was like a weird high magic kind of thing. So I like the idea, but it's pretty restrictive as a spell.
It would have been dope though.
Hell yeah.
I still pictured it. So thank you.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna try to put a mega hex on him.
Dope. So again, Divot, you're currently casting at a 2-level upcast. I'm not sure if that just means you can hex more people, if that's how hex works. It might work better for some spells than others, but all of your abilities are kind of cast at an upcast. What that's going to do, Divot, is grant you advantage on basically a charisma. You know, again, we're doing this kind of like a skill challenge, so it would be a charisma-based, spellcasting-based DC 15 check with advantage for your first skill swing.
Okay, and you said I can cast it 2 levels up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Boom. Boom. So it lasts for up to 8 hours by being upcast.
Tight.
he's hexed. Yeah, that works. So go ahead and make me a DC 15 charisma check. So it'd be a D20 plus your charisma modifier.
All right. So I'll just roll a d20. Got an 11 plus 4, 15.
Boom. That's a pass. All right, you got
Good
one.
enough.
You got one pass. David, you know that the hex kind of wraps around him, and you see it. You know, it wraps the farther parts of the ice. You know, his giant glacial form. You're able to crush some of the ice with your magics, and you see it. He's like suddenly shocked. He's like, "What? Where do you draw this power, boy?" But yeah, you've managed a pass. We shoot back. I believe it's Rial's turn. You guys see a big flash. You feel that dark, cold wind of Divot's energy flow from the waterfall, and we're back in the crystal chamber.
You were cold as ice.
There we go. Sorry, I was muted, but
Yes.
damn, that was some. Oof. So, are we still catching flashes of what's going on behind the waterfall?
Yes, you kind of hear like the muffled voices of the battle, just like, where did we draw this power from? You see the flashing lights, the glow of Divot's hex, all kind of like almost like a see-through illusion projected on the waterfall itself. So you kind of just see them like splashing into each other, little DBZ like.
Ooh, wow. Wow.
Wow.
We had the technology.
Wow. So, I mean, I catch a silhouette, at least of Glacius. Like, I may not have understood, like, his, like, spirit within the crystal, but, I mean, we know we're dealing with, like, Queen Mab's tops. And
Thankfully.
do I still have the leech because it was in the bag?
Yes, you still have one more leech.
All
Yeah, because
right.
you collected it, like it became like a thing for you. Because
Yeah.
it existed outside of the realm, like that's not how the spell usually works, where these blood sac filled, leeches go away. So I'll grant you that same narrative value of them.
beautiful.
So yeah, you still have one leech.
All right. I'm gonna mosey on up a little more towards the center crystal. There's like one goblin in there. We kept hearing that fuck went deepest, and this guy's deep in the biggest crystal, so do it for fuck.
It's true, you're looking at the shadow
For fuck's sake.
of the goblin held within, and it almost looks like he has 3 legs. Weird.
Oh.
Oh no.
Most. Oh no.
No, I think
Oh,
that's
no.
actually a third leg, guys.
Ooh.
It has toenails.
Oh, good.
Good fuck.
Good.
Good. Fuck. Good.
All right, so what are you doing, Rio?
So I'd like to hurl this remaining leech, but I'd like to I've got this inspiration point burning a hole in my pocket. So you can picture this big fat. You said it's like a foot-long leech.
Oh yeah.
So just kind of swinging that around, almost like a shot put. But when I throw it, if I can with the inspiration point, I'd like to throw out a little create bonfire to burn the webs and hopefully start a fire on those.
Okay, that's super sweet. Yeah, I mean they're already involved in the narrative anyway. So, yeah, Rial, I'll allow that with use of your narrative flair inspiration point. You can both throw the blood leech and use a create bonfire to incinerate these blue electric webs around the base of the crystals.
Dope. I feel like anything we're damaging here, it's all
Again,
the
it has
Feywild.
fire
It's all-
vulnerability, so it takes twice the damage from fire, but it does have 5 hit points. So if you roll a 1, it will not burn away. But you do have the option to. yeah.
Okay, that wasn't the one.
So yes, again, it's on the map layer. Not much I can do about it. But those, all of now, the crystalline web beneath the pillar are gone. So just the crystals remain. And where are you throwing the leech?
Towards that third leg. I mean, in the crystal. But yeah. Like
yeah.
at the central crystal, probably between, I guess,
Remember, there's
Esmeralda.
still that hole, blown through it
Ooh.
from Divot's magic. So there's still kind of like a big gaping hole there. And then above that is the goblin, and then above that is Esmeralda.
Blood in the hole. Yeah, let's go blood in the hole.
You as you're kind of like swinging around, like if you'll imagine like a nylon filled with barbecue beans. And it was pretty full at first, but as you swing it, the beans are mashed a little more just by gravity, and so like the watery weight of it just expands. You're almost worried it's gonna burst in your hand at first. You're just like, oh god,
Yeah, I can
and you
see
hurl
that.
this disgusting bag of blood, and yeah, you managed to give me a dexterity attack. So again, it's you can just do like any of your just non-magical attacks.
Okay.
Would be the right, or just roll a d20, add your dex modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it like I did.
Boom. All right.
Ooh.
Sweet. All right. So you, Rial, you finally, just before you feel like this really thin skin is just about to burst like a pimple, you just finally let it go, and you just see it kind of like flop through the air, and it lands directly in the hole. and splashes this blood. You see the crystals start vibrating, drinking the life source within as, again, the leech itself just kind of like deflates and flops down, landing on the ground now that it has no spider webs on it. You see the top crystal blow open. You see both the bottom half of Esmerelda and the top half of the goblin held within. You know it's him because as soon as the crystal blows away, you just hear, fuck! And that echo takes us back to the dark dimension. Divot, you're standing in front of Glacius, having just casted your spell at him. You see he takes a couple swings of the ice blight at you. You know, you're able to shift from one place to the other. You have a little control of this darkness. What do you do for your next skill check?
All right, I'd like to do something that I haven't done yet. I have this hat that gives me certain abilities, and some of them are very new to me. So I see that he's taking these big swings at me, and I realize that it'd be a lot harder for him to hit me if there was more than one of me. So I'm gonna use mirror image.
All right, dope. So Divot, again, you're in this super heightened magic state. It's like normally you have to call for magic, wait for its answer, and then pass it to another place. Right now, it's like you're plugged in direct to the source. You know, as you think about it, it starts happening. And so, you know, normally mirror images, you know, what like two or three illusionary duplicates, you know, shoot out from behind you. You know, you're kind of like floating in this void. You see like they spread out behind you, and then you feel that kick of raw magic, and suddenly it's like, and you watch as like 20 divots gather all around him in a giant circle. You see him like, what? Swinging his gray sword through one illusionary duplicate, cutting it away. Another one, like batting it, flees. Divot, make me another DC 15 charisma saving throw. This time again with advantage, because I love that idea.
Sick. All right, so 19 without the charisma modifier.
Boom.
So,
You pass
23.
again. Divot as you watch as he cuts from one to the other, and then you realize in a moment that you can actually, through your telepathy, bounce between the ones that remain. And just as the sword is about to slice your actual body, you pass away into one of the other mirrored replications. The sword slices through and you laugh, you know, and suddenly you see him, he looks up at you. No, you know, blast him real good with one of your eldritch bolts, and you pass one more save. All right.
So how many is that total?
You have 2 passes right now and no fails.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, so here we go. We're back into Divot. It's actually your turn in initiative, so we'll give you another one right now. You know, all these cool illusionary duplicates shoot around, and then what do you want to do for the second one?
All right. How many of me are there left?
For narrative flair, let's say like 15 of them are left.
Okay. I'd like for all of us to Eldritch Blast this guy at the same time.
Dope. Yeah, go ahead. All right, so yeah, let's do. This is super cool. We're gonna keep basically the same thing. Charisma, DC 15. That's the skill challenge with advantage.
Okay.
Not unfailable. So there's that one's not that wouldn't pass.
All right. So with advantage though.
That one, yeah.
All right. So a 19.
You see all the pulsing green energy blasting in on him. He's like, "Oh, what is this?" As his body shrinks and shrinks a little more, now only 30 feet tall. What kind of magic do you have access to? How? What gives you this strength?
And I just start singing a creepy old like shanty style song about death.
Awesome. I love it. You see as each of the mirror images cast sings in tune, and it's like he's hearing it from all angles. You see, even though, yes, he's drawn you into this pocket realm where he, fills so much power, he's starting to see himself outmatched by the lightning dodger. So, that's 3 passes, bro. Nice. So we're back to, we shift to initiative. Tina, the giant spider, has to make that saving throw.
Oh yeah, DC 15.
With a 4, that's a fail. Like I said, that one's actually, it's literally so low that even if you rolled the minimal damage, it would die. It has 3 hit points left. So Tina, what happens to the spider when it's its turn?
So the rose shards have come back to me, and it's basically the same thing all over again. You know, I transformer my little bald self up and blast that energy out and slice and dice.
Slice and dice, maybe.
Fist from a rose.
Actually, Tina, could you please roll damage? Only because I forgot about the goblin on his back could also die from the damage.
Yes, thank you. And it's 3d8, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, it's 3d8.
Spiritual Guardians is so good.
Okay, so 11.
Yeah, homeboy's. He gets a save too.
Fist by a rose, right? Yeah.
7. No, that's what is it? DC 15.
DC 15.
Yeah, you don't have no plus 8. So yes, you managed the roses also consume the emerald skinned goblin that rides this giant spider.
I didn't want to do it, but he was long gone.
Yeah, again, you feel that it's like, even though these things are like semi-natural creatures, they're so unnatural to like the real natural order that you know of very well.
I was gonna say, were we supposed to save those too? Because I cut the hands off of the other.
No, these goblins were not on your. These are not Boxxo goblins. These are the goblins that basically made Boxxo send in the search party because he saw these strange goblins that casted magic.
Still feel bad, bleeding heart and all.
So yeah, that was the beginning of its turn. Nice. The other one does get a go, however, and Tina, seeing that you managed to destroy its boy. Giant spider's not really smart. In fact, it's so dumb that it literally has like I believe it's a 2 intelligence. It will run into the range of your spiritual guardian, so it also has to make a save, and so too does the goblin. A 2 and a 13, 15. The goblin saves. He'll take half, but give me another 3d8 damage.
Yeah. Ooh.
Smoothie.
Oh, another 11. Wow.
Nice.
That's so weird.
So the goblin actually gets to live this time. But it's kind of hard to go anywhere when the spider that you're on is dead. Yeah, you see the goblin, its legs rooted in rock to the base of this spider. What happens to the spider? The goblin gets to survive.
Okay, cool. Just the spider. Yeah, I have that same, like the rose shards have come back to me and they shoot out, but this time they light a flame as they shoot out, and it, once it hits the spider, Dunzo, Ash, sorry about it.
Slicey dicey, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so again, it was the beginning of their turn. So that goblin, as you see as the frame of the spider hits the ground, the rocks that hold the base of the goblin's legs, the spider shatter, and he actually falls to the ground. You see he looks up, the same piercing dark eyes with the kind of purple glowing fire within them, a creature typically serving Queen Mab. You see him kind of look up at you, Tina, after just like obliterating its allies. It fires. It has its one last money shot for you, and it's going to hit you with 3 bolts of magic missile.
Oh.
You take 8, 9. You take 12 force damage.
Okay.
You see 3 balls of light just blast into you as you see this creature so close to death, just kind of backing up against the wall, using the last of its strength to incur as much wrath on the enemies of Queen Mab as it can in this moment. It fires the last barrage of magic it has held within its spirit.
I do want to say, before we move on, I forgot to mention that when I healed Brian, I also gain healing energy from that. So before I remove the force damage, I also get a 2 plus 3, I believe. So
yeah,
just an extra 3.
Yes.
I mean, an extra
life clearance
5.
are freaking sweet. Yeah, you get. I forgot you get a little hit of your own supply when you sell off one. You're like, ooh, I need a little of that sweet heal, huh?
I just wanted to say that, so
No, I
remembered.
appreciate the clarification.
Oh yeah. Get it.
Oh yeah.
Get it, baby.
That flash of light, you see these
Yeah.
divots. Suddenly, again, that doorway open behind you. You feel that purple amethyst eye of Mithra Willowsong that always looks at your sister, gazing through the plains. You see these 3 balls of light blast into her body. You see dead corpses of spiders nearby, 1 single goblin on his back. You see Brian in bad shape, just a hole in his wing flying in the air. You see, as that eye fades away and you look in front of you, you see Glacius. You still have the opportunity to go back. What do you do?
I can't go back. I'm too close to finishing this guy off.
Yeah.
All right, Bruno, you're on deck. Divot, what do you want to do for this this 4th challenge in this skill challenge?
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern, and it's a wisdom. Well, you'll see. Boom. He's got to make a wisdom save, right? But because he's hexed, I'm gonna give him disadvantage on that wisdom save.
Okay. No, I like it. And yeah, unfailingly the creature becomes charmed. All right, but he's fey, so he's actually immune to charm. So yes, I Divot. I think it's a great idea. Unfortunately, you don't know this. He's immune to charm by being just like a pure creature of fey energy. So you do cast the hypnotic pattern. It does. It's this magnet. Go and describe it because it's huge this time. Rather than just a 30-foot cube, it's like you've got a damn IMAX theater screen on which to paint your picture.
Yeah, it's the Led Zeppelin laser show. It's like all the divots are like.
Oh my god.
Dope.
Fucking.
So,
yeah.
Because he does have the resistance to the charm effect of it, there's no advantage on this DC 15 charisma check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh man, 10.
So again, as the light show beams, you see all these different beams of magical energy firing in all directions as you make this spectacle in front of you. And you see in a moment, Glacius, he lifts the Ice Blight sword in front of him, and the blue rune flashes a bright light. And you watch as all the magic from all your illusions bends and starts shooting into his sword. It starts burning with this bright purple magic energy. You now have 1 fail. Brunor, you're up. You see the burning sword within the waterfall. The leeches all around you. The Drider coiling up the wall in bad shape. Your friends, your little boy up in the air. A lot of bad situations around you. What do you do?
Let's see. I see this flash coming from that purple water fountain, misty water fountain, I guess. And I move over kind of this way out of the slug range, the range of slugs or leeches. The lots of the leeches. They're not slugs, they're leeches. That's rude of me. So I get about this far, and then I shoot Daughter of Ash.
Dope.
I got a 13.
She has a 19 AC.
Blah. Okay. But I get to attack twice, so I'm gonna do it again. What? Damn!
Oh. Unfortunately, yes, her high defense, you see as the arrows just kind of bounce off the crystalline frame of her base.
This bitch. Alright. I am going to action surge.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what they're for.
Yeah, I'm gonna action surge. Oh, yeah. I was gonna throw a healing potion at Brian, my second one.
Okay, so the way we do it with healing potions, to use one yourself as a bonus action, to give one to someone else as an action.
Ooh, as an action.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I will. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna shoot another arrow at this speed ray just for good measure. I got 19
Biggity blow.
with 9 piercing.
Kapow.
Kapow.
Brunor, this is Serpent, the Serpent Slayer, Shield Master, Sir, Esquire, Senior.
Prince.
LLC Incorporated.
What
What's
happens to this dying phased rider?
Oh, so when I miss it, I'm like, God, ugh. And so you know how I have a little bit of a temper. I get really kind of wrapped up in myself. I don't know if you've ever noticed. So I got real angry, and that's when my action surge happened, and I felt all of it well up inside me. And I was like, this motherfucker with its stupid ass leeches, I swear to God. And then he pulls it one more time and just lets it rip. And it goes right into the thing's like neck, because it bit me in the neck. So I was like, swear to God, I'm gonna just get you back. And so it got right in the neck too, and it's just like through and through.
You see, as this spider is cursing you with these ancient elvish insults, you see she's priming run in her throat. And rather than let your ears be taunted with it once more, you almost shoot the word out of her throat. You hear the open hole in her throat, the air comes out. And you watch as the legs start sliding on the rock. And the great massive spider frame tips upside down. And the base crystal side crushes the drow.
So when it hits the ground and the dust settles, Bruno goes, "Your insults mean nothing to me. I've seen who you worship." And then just fucking turns around and walks away.
Shield up, just like leaving it writhing in coral that continues twisting over its body. Brunor, you have seen the end of this phased rider.
Cool. Do I still get another attack?
Yeah, you used your action surge, so you can just be like, yeah, F you. Turn around and do something dope, yeah.
I want to shoot an arrow at, what's her face is encased in the crystal, right?
Yeah, some of her body is free now. Like, she's able to breathe, but her, the top of the crystal's still there, but it's like some of the stuff around her is broken from the leech that Rial threw.
Can I shoot her in the open part?
Yeah, you see the weakness through the crystal has left a crack literally in front of this child's face. And if you wanted to shoot an arrow through that crack, you could.
Okay. Well, I gave it a good old go. It's a 10, and
What's her AC?
You see, the result. That's not a hit. I'm sorry.
okay. I assumed it's a. But I try. I definitely give it a go. I took away after I gave that fucking bomb insult, right?
You did.
I fucking laid it out, right?
Yeah.
You saw that? You all saw how I burned that speed right, and then I turn around and I, just shoot, and it just goes.
Yeah, it's a little hard to shoot a child in the face. It's like no matter how many times you've done it, there's that, and it just cocks the bow a little bit extra. If that's, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Oh, everything's around you is dead. You could actually move too.
Cool. Well, I already used my bonus action. Oh no, I didn't yet. So I was gonna use the healing potion on me.
Boom, dope. Yeah, go ahead. 2d4 plus 2.
Because I need it.
There's been some big damage around today. So you get 8.
Boom, boom. Right. Okay, cool. So now I have fullness. So then Brian is going to come pick me up, and that is going to be the rest of my turn.
Boom. You see Brian swoops down. You're kind of in bad shape as well. You both kind of it feels good to be back. It's like, man, whenever we leave each other for too long, we are always a little wrecked when we get back to each other.
What happened?
He just kind of scoops you up and lets you slide onto that little groove in his back where you grip on with your ankles the way Rial had a little trouble doing. If that's the end of your turn, then Thoricus is up.
Cool. So yeah, I'm up, and let's see. So that's dead. That's squared. There's a big old cloud of nope over there. These guys are all dead. Oh, there's that other green goblin down there at the bottom that isn't dead.
That's
Yeah,
true.
go.
Yeah, he is still completely encased. There's this one that's not dead, and then there's the one that's still in the crystal on the far side of the room as well.
Oh, that's right, the ones that we're trying to save.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Gotcha.
this guy down here is in really bad shape. He fell off the dead one. He's the one that shot those bolts at Tina.
Right. I'm not really digging that. So I'm just gonna oh gosh, what happened? There's token settings or some shit. I don't know what happened there. So yeah, I know I can't get to him, right? Not from where I was.
I don't think so, no, because you don't have battle alacrity this round.
Right, not this
Yeah.
round. And I won't have it next round either because I moved.
You could Dusty would reach him. We'll trust
Right.
Dust.
So that's kind of what I was thinking. No. 11,
Not good enough.
25.
Orgus, what do you do?
Yep.
So yeah, after I see that Bruno's just been fucking handling business over there, you know, might have lost her shit for a second, but so what? Who cares?
Come on.
So I'd be like, all right, that's good. Be like, yeah, don't you hit my friend with magic missiles anymore, bitch. I'm like, I just run up and be like, meh.
Hell yeah.
And he's
And
like,
then
I
it's just
won't.
like,
And he dies.
What?
It's
Shoot
just
me in
like,
the
"Ah."
arm. I can still call her a bitch. And I'm like, no. You just don't do that.
This feels
I'm
really
gonna let
bad
you
about
die
it.
on your own now because I'm a gentleman.
You see, he
I'm
feels
grown.
super bad now. Like he died bummed about what you just told him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna die ashamed of yourself.
He died twice. Once as a man.
I'm gonna let you die inside.
Once as a living
Oh,
creature.
Inside and outside. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
And then, I mean, because yeah, that was both of my attacks. I can't do any type of bonus action or anything like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's no blood or anything around that I could throw into these crystals or anything, right?
I mean, there's the giant spiders in front of you. You're not really sure, you know, how their blood would really react to it, but you haven't tested that theory in any way.
How about the other goblins? Could I just like run up on the backs of these two dead spider things and like punt the dead goblin that's on top of the other dead spider like into the crystal?
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Like kicking a pumpkin.
25? Will that work?
Yeah.
Wow.
You step up the abdomen of like one of these dead spiders like rolled over on its back, and you just kind of like feel the like squishy belly of this beast underneath your feet as you walk up, and you just see the the dead corpse of the goblin still rooted in crystal on its top, and you just give it the Papa Sketty punt. You see the like its body where its legs were connected, they actually stay connected, and just the torso and arms and head. You know, you're exceptionally strong, 20 strength. You actually kick this dude's like middle off of his legs, and it splashes over, landing on the on a little bit on the face of the exposed one on the far right, but also bearing him even further away from the crystal. You see as the far right goblin drops to the ground and is completely free of the crystal.
Nice.
You kicked him in twain.
Entwine.
Wow.
Wow,
You
wow,
got-
wow.
You know how to get
All
me.
right. And on that note, I'm gonna pass it on to whoever's next.
All right, Divot, you're like, man, I feel like somebody's torso just got punted off their body in the other place. You kind of like a signal coming back to you, not quite so as scary as the last ping that you got. You're like, oh no, it seems like they're pretty much kicking ass. It's back to you, Divot. You see, he's now got this burning magic around his sword. He's more formidable than he was before. Kind of the narrative value of your fail. You have 2 passes to get before you get 2 more fails. Remember, a 1 is 2 fails, and a 20 is 2 passes.
Oof.
All right, I'm gonna use Vicious Mockery, and I'm gonna start ripping him for how big that sword is and how that's just ridiculous. And come on, like, why would you?
Oh, that's
Sword
great.
shaming.
All right, give me your best your sword is too big a joke, and just hit me with some. Give me a taste of what you're giving him.
All right. One time I was at a diner, a tavern, and there was a man in a booth behind me, and he said, he was like, "Do you like big swords? I like big swords." And I was like, "Are you talking to me? Was that you? Was that you? Were you that guy?"
All right, you get advantage. DC 15 charisma check. What's that? Was it all the copies of you?
22.
Was it you? No, that's a pass.
22.
Now we have a mystery to solve.
You see, he's just like, again, it's like, he's just utterly confused by what's occurring right now. Like, this is his domain, his realm of power, and he's just being belittled by these, like, replicates of this strange skeletal man with no beard and no hair, who just has purple bones for arms and a robe, a vest of eyes. Like, what is going on? You see him just
a bunch of little
looking around,
testicles
clutching his
talking
sword,
shit.
like, oh, it's a cool sword, though. Fuck. And he's like, it hurts him a little. He's a little bummed. So that's it. You need one more pass or two more fails. We flash back to Smooth Hands. You again get kind of a warm ping that your brother's doing okay. You feel a sense of power coming on his side of the scales from within the waterfall. What do you do?
Yeah, well, I take comfort in that. But I also, I noticed that my team, like, I take a quick look and I notice that we're not all in the best of shape right now. I mean, I'm super grateful for the spirit guardians around me protecting me, but I want to cast mass healing word on, I think I can reach everybody. I think if I can reach Divot through where he is, because I think he's within the range of the 60 feet.
It's like he's technically like in another place, but like, sure, I love the idea that like the warmth of your magic reaches out to him across the plains. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I start thinking about him because I'm worried about him, and there's so much that we have yet to properly have time to discuss. So I want to send that good energy toward him with the mass healing word.
Love it.
And he can see you doing it because there's always that one eye looking at you, right?
That's true. That's true. The Mithra one.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so 6 plus another 6, so 12 for everybody, and then I take 10 total. Woo. Oh.
Some of them
Cool.
delicious
Sending that
hit
good
points.
energy to everybody, you know? That.
Are you including Brian in that?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
Oh.
Now, do some of us still have those like 5 points added to our maximum?
Yeah, because it lasts 8 hours, and you haven't been in here for 8 hours. I know it's been 2 game sessions, but not 8 hours yet.
Alright.
So yeah, you still have those 5 hit points at the top of your max. So if you get healed beyond that, you can. But yeah, Divin, you also, like I said, I really like the idea. Again, you know, as the magic between the robe of eyes gandering back to this plane connects with the benevolent healing warmth of Tina Smooth Hands, you know, you feel the history of the lovers reaching through the plains, and you kind of get the benefit of that blessing. Which is going to bring us to. You got anything else? That was just your
No,
action,
that's
right?
the end of my turn.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Rial, you're up.
Man, good shit, everybody. Okay. All right. We're making some headway. So there's no webs left. So I'm gonna zip over to this last encased goblin. So that was like 5, 10, 15, 20. I think 30 gets me there, and I'd like to cunning action dash to like scramble up as close to the goblin as possible. But I want to, especially with this blessing that Tina put upon us, I want to draw blood from my own hand and slam it on the crystal that still has the goblin. So I'll sacrifice the 12 that she gave me. 12 HP.
Wow.
All right, 12 HP. Make an Arcana check.
Arcana. Okie dokie.
I cannot do that for you.
Wow.
DC 15.
Got a little spinny circle, but now we're live. Just a sec.
Do.
17, double 17s. Shit.
All right. Real, as you slice your hand and add your blood, kind of the healing life that was just granted back to you, you re-infuse it back into this crystal, trying to do as you guys had done before in the earlier part of this of these caverns when you shattered, we saw Divot Crash destroy a crystal with his own healing, his own life. You start offering that life essence to the stone. You feel as the crystal itself suctioning at your hand as you feel the blood pulled from your veins. You feel like a strange tension from within your veins that you've never felt before, as like the inside of your arm itself is being pulled forward into the stone. As you pump that 12 life in, but because of your arcana, you realize it's not enough to do what you want. Like you're trying to vibrate the crystal to get him out. You need to pump it with more. It requires more. But I will allow you in this moment to declare how much you want to give it. That's kind of what the purpose of the arcana check was.
Throwing another 5.
With this chance, you add your what is this now to 17 of your own life into the stone. You feel as the waves of magic underneath your fingers, that drawing force is finally stopped, and you begin pushing back with your own magic power. Rather than feeding it blood, you now start to feed it energy. And using your arcane trickster magic, you start sending your magic energy back into the crystal, and it shatters off the top of the final goblin. So now all 3 goblins are free to the point of breathing. Fuck in the middle has his head free. And you don't know the names of the other 2 yet, but the one on the left has his head out, the one on the right is completely free and then kind of laying on the floor. Real, as you blast that energy out, you hear this shattering of crystal that echoes through the waterfall that now glows a little soft yellow with the mixing of Tina's magics to this strange web of energies that holds this moment together. Divot, you feel that warm light inside your body. Your sister's healing magic granted you across this distance. You need 1 more pass or 2 more fails. What do you do?
Okay, I feel that... I feel that extra energy, and I realize that I even though I'm alone, I'm not alone. And then I'm like, oh, did I say that out loud? Are you alone? Are you all alone? Do you work for a mean old lady who doesn't even like you that much? I tried to get you to come work for me, but no, you want to be the boss. But you want people to tell you what to do? Figure your shit out.
I'm the Ice Blight. I am feared across the Feywild. Who are you to spite me?
And I hit him with another vicious mockery.
Nice. All right, give me a diss, Divot.
Oh, that was it. But
no, that diss was so tight. Don't worry, you get the advantage. A charisma check, DC 15.
Okay, tight.
I didn't know if you had another one in the chamber. I didn't want to, not give you another opportunity to slap me.
Oh man. No. You want to be a patron? No. People like me, we're for closers.
You can't handle this. All right, here we go. DC 15. Oh!
Was that a 20?
Whoa. God.
Divot.
So
Crit hit.
so green. I can't.
Guys, let's take this nice crit hit here. Let's light this bad boy up.
Aye.
It's been an honor. Divot, with all the knowledge of Dragon Ball Z that I know you have, feel free to tell me what you do to Glacius the Ice Blight in this infinite void that he thought he had control of, but you needing 5 passes and getting 6 managed to defeat him in this place.
Okay, to be clear, does that mean kill?
That's up to you.
Okay.
The game ball's in your court.
Infinity Stone.
Okay, I'd like to. Oh shit, I do have. All right, give me 1 second. 1 second.
So yeah, we can actually. Well, no, everybody else is dead over there, so we'll stay here for now.
Yeah.
Okay,
What is
I
gonna
have the staff, right? That used to have the rocket beads in it.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can like beat him within an inch of his life with it, and then try to suck the last little bit of him into it.
There it is.
Wow.
All right.
It's like a. Oh my god.
Divot. You see him, in front of you, kind of thrown off by your ability to seemingly be in many places at the same time. And you, enjoying this raw power bouncing between these multiple illusions all around him, are enjoying your basically whittling of this dude's constitution and mental health as you just barrage him with magical insults. And you see he's just like, finally, he drops the ice blight. And it's a void, there's no ground, so you just see the sword basically fall for infinity as the little glow of the rune just disappears farther and farther away. And his giant glacial hands just reach to his head and he goes, "No more words!" And his hands fuse with his head. And then you see all the negative places start filling in with ice as well. Suddenly his entire body turns into this giant purple and blue crystal. You reach back, and right before you swing, 1,000 duplicates of yourself fly out in all directions, in 4 dimensions, coming from above, below, around, beyond, from places underneath. Suddenly you see 1,000 stabs all at once convene at the point of the crystal. And you see the crystal melt into this point of light at the end of this staff. Divot. That's where we're gonna pick it up next time.
Fuck you, dude. That's not cool.
Oh,
That's not cool.
come on.
That's fucking gay.
Dude,
That's
gay.
gay.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
My man needs 5 passes, he gets 6s. That's a Divot in a nutshell. Man, I'm proud of you guys. That was a beef encounter that you have.
Oh,
You
yeah.
did extremely well in.
Hell yeah.
Holy crap, guys. What a joy that was. Thanks so much to you wonderful people. My favorite, this cast is freaking incredible. These people, man, what a treat. What a treat it is to do this every week. Thank you guys for hanging with us. I hope you enjoyed yourself. We try to foster a place of love and happiness, and we just get to celebrate each other. I love these people genuinely. They're some of my closest friends. I love Stephanie. I love Shauna. This group is just freaking amazing what you guys bring. I consider myself very blessed. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, enjoying all this wonderful art and music that's all just kind of come out of this crazy thing. And man, what a ride it is. I love you all very much. I love the buds. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. It is freaking our great joy to do it. So hopefully we will see you next Tuesday. Guys, when's that? When's next Tuesday? Ooh, what are we gonna do?
Have to smoke about it and figure it out.
Yeah, we gotta smoke. All right, guys, have a great night. We love you.
Lighters up.
Oh no, we didn't. Hold on, we didn't. You're right. See, they caught me. They caught me. Light, we got. Lighters up, guys. Oh man.
Lighters
Yeah.
up.
We got
Lighters up. Lighters up.
Got lighters up.
Guys, lighters up.
Household pets.
Now, okay. So lighters up.
Lighters up.
So lighters up.
It's down.
Lighters
Lighters up.
I think
Lighters
I got-
up.
Hold on, I gotta get a new lighter.
Seriously,
No,
so
wait,
lighters up.
Okay, here we go.
Lighters up.
Lighters
Thanks
up.
for playing D&D with us, guys. We love you.
Lighters up. Oh my god.
That's first.
That's right, guys. Next week, holy crap, is our 1 year anniversary. Holy shit. And I mean, what better place to spend 420 than with your favorite stone nerds over here at Team Weed&d. We will be here on the Art Heart Studios channel. We're going to be doing some fun stuff. A big collective smoke at 420 for all our buds that are free to join us. What a freaking treat, man. Please hang out. We'll be putting a little list of events and stuff up. But we'll have some peeps in the studio. We're going to be getting a little weird. Holy crap, guys. 1 year. What a fucking treat. Thank you guys so much, especially those of you who've been with us from like way back in the very fucking beginning of this thing. It is just such a joy to have told this story up to this point for you all. Thank you so much for all you do, guys. Sorry I botched that lighters up, but I love you guys so much. Thanks for playing D&D with us. Have a great night.
Oh, yes! Ha! So what? You can't touch me, because I'm from the internet.